Yo, good morning. It's me, Jay.
Good morning.
Real
Good
Talk
morning.
with
It's
Jay.
Uncle Rob.
Unc Rob is in the building. We got Devin on the 1, 2s, and 3s.
Good morning. I got my morning whiskey.
Sipping his coffee
man,
back
you
there.
got his coffee in the back.
Yeah, his 100 proof coffee.
You got,
Did you put Red Bull in this?
nah.
Oh, can I get some?
Yeah, it's over on the
All right,
table.
cool.
Yeah, man. So we out here now, man. Early morning, chilling. Unc Rob is in the building. You know, he always got knowledge, wisdom, share with
Always.
us.
Got
You know,
all the answers.
my young ass need an older brother, an older unc to go ahead and keep me level. So me, Unc is here to keep us all in check. Keep the honest people honest.
Yeah. No matter how dishonest I might be, we're going to keep them honest.
I mean, that's all
I
that
got
matters.
all the answers. They may not be right, but damn it, I got it.
That's all that matters, man. So what's up with the new look, man? How you guys like the table? You guys like the chairs and everything? Like, y'all
I'm liking
guys
it.
got to let us know how you guys like the new look. We're trying to improve every time. We're trying to, elevate from show to show.
True.
Yeah.
Give us a feedback.
Shout out to my laptop with the stickers.
Oh, there it is, boy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, Devin is, he's cooking right now, dog. He's cooking right now.
I got my Ghost in the Ox wood sticker on the corner.
Mm-hmm.
My friend Malice, he's an artist. He's his sticker on the top middle.
What's up, Alice?
On the bottom left is also his another one of his stickers. The Jokes on You one.
Mm-hmm.
I got a Luffy from One Piece in the middle there. Got a couple of meme kind of ones with the big buff Doge dog. And then I got the cum sticker for my friend Leah's band, Castration Under the Matriarchy.
You gonna have everybody zooming into the laptop.
Yeah.
Y'all can't see this sticker on this side that says, I like it hard. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means.
I just love math class.
You just love math class.
Geometry 2, man.
Crazy, son.
Geometry 2 is tough. It's a challenge.
Oh my god.
Now my goal is to sticker bomb the hell out of that thing with all my friends, like brands and stuff. Eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Well, actually, I'm probably gonna have to. So I have Apple Care on that thing, and as you see, I have a lot of dents and scratches on that computer on the edges.
I know. It looks like you've been through some wars, though.
It's been through some shit.
That's from falling asleep on the couch and the shit slide off on the floor.
No, it's from falling asleep in my bed and falling on the tile floor.
Same. There you go. I'm telling you, I know. I recognize it.
So I have Apple Care, so I'm probably gonna, once it's taken enough beating, I'm probably gonna send it in and get a new one, like get it replaced or whatever, get the chassis replaced, and then start fresh with stickers again, because I'm not gonna get the stickers back when they do that. But that's the plan eventually. I'm tempted to get that new matte black MacBook they came out with just recently.
Yeah.
Once you go matte black, you never go back. Right?
So I've heard.
I'm just saying,
So I've heard.
Oh my god, man. So, bro, man, how's your morning, bro? How's the commute?
So far, man, the commute wasn't too bad today. Normally coming out of Port St. Lucie, the traffic is horrible. But for some reason, this morning it was quite light.
It was quite light. That's what I'm talking about, man. It was light for me too.
Light
bro.
traffic, nice cup of coffee. I mean, you can't beat it.
You can't beat it, man. But damn, dog. One thing I have to say is, yesterday I enjoyed the show that we had.
I did. So did I.
It kind of like with the perspective of the AI stuff and everything that we was talking about in previous shows. It kind of like I went home thinking about shit. Though.
Yeah.
I went home thinking about the state that we're in right now as people, and how easily we get influenced by what we don't want to do and what we do want to do versus.
But what you're saying right now actually carries a lot of weight too, because the AI really is determining how we dress, what we eat, what we think is cool, what we think is nerdy, what we think is good, what we think is bad. Because the algorithms are what's pushing. That's what advertising companies are using to say, okay, this is what we're putting out now. In the next 2 years, this is what's going to be popular. They know more about us. They have more data points on us than they know more about us than we know about ourselves.
See, Rob, my question is, bro, we strong individuals. Everybody is a boss, so they say. Everybody's doing everything. Dad, you can chime in on this too.
I was gonna say, not everybody's a boss.
Exactly. But they think they got the boss mentality.
In their own mind.
They say. You know what I mean? So my thing is, damn it is funny. My thing
That's
is
strong coffee.
Yeah. I made sure I got it. Not a lot of sugar. Not a lot of cream.
Not a lot of creamer in there either.
No cream.
That's
Yeah.
that coffee.
Cafe. It's a cafe. Yeah. But my thing is, dude, what is about us? Like, seriously, and I'm thinking from alcohol. We're strong individuals. You got alcohol, you have cigarettes, you have cigars, vape. How can they introduce new shit to us in society? Like right now, you vaping. We get stuck to it. It's so easy. We supposed to be strong-minded people, kings and queens, as we call ourselves. But now, I've noticed people just walk around and before they was feeling for cigarettes, right? Now it's, oh my God, I can't do nothing without my vape. I'm sitting there like, when the fuck this?
I mean, back in the day, people did the
disconnect?
same thing with cigarettes, though.
But
Back when you could smoke indoors.
But it's the introduction of the new substance that they give to us that we allow into our system and get addicted by it as a community, period.
Well, that's all part of the advertising is a grooming process.
Yes.
They don't just turn you on to something and say, boom, we're going to introduce vaping today, and tomorrow you're going to be addicted.
Okay.
It's like they say marijuana is the gateway drug or whatever.
Which I agree with.
You get a million,
We got to talk about that.
you get a million subliminal messages before you get the blatant, in your face, go buy a vape pen message. So they don't just dump it right on you.
Okay.
You know, they know this person is 17 based on all the data points that we have on him. When he turns 18 and a half, that's when he's going to, be more vulnerable or more open to trying vaping. So then that's their target audience.
It's so funny you said that exact age, because that's when I started vaping.
See what I'm saying?
17.
That's why they call him Unc Rob.
I know everything.
That's why
damn
they
it,
call
didn't
him
I tell
Unc,
you
dude.
that?
That's why he here, man.
I think I started smoking weed at like 16 and
Yeah.
then moved to vaping at like
Exactly.
17 something.
Because see, and I think that I touched on this a little bit earlier when we were talking about the AI.
Yeah.
It could have been. We were talking about the propaganda and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, the vaping industry that was coming in. So you know what? We're gonna get behind. Stop Smoking Florida. We're gonna get behind all of these anti-tobacco ads.
Right.
Fund that, and this is just my theory.
Okay.
And I'm like I said, I could be right or I could be right. This is my theory. They get behind. Yeah, they get behind all the anti-tobacco stuff because guess what? We're gonna mess the competition up.
Yes.
We're gonna damage the competition. So then when we come out, everybody's already trying to look for an alternative to smoking tobacco. Boom, guess what? Oh, now there's this wonderful vape thing going on right here.
Let's make it
Well,
look
you
healthier.
can do it indoors. Exactly. You can
Well,
do it indoors. That have an odor.
I strongly believe that it's not smoking at all.
Yeah.
Not vaping at all. Obviously, is the healthiest.
Okay.
But I strongly believe vaping is healthier than smoking.
I'll be honest with you. I do too.
Well, but then
But it has its own separate, different issues.
Yeah.
Because I think vaping is way more accessible to younger people.
I'm gonna look up baby versus smoking. Okay.
People get hooked on it quicker and younger. Well, I don't know if that's true because I know a lot of people started smoking young. But my point, more importantly, is I think because vaping is technically healthier and was introduced as an alternative and as a way to get off of smoking, people look at it as, oh, it's nothing.
Right.
So people use it a lot more.
Yeah, but it says here, vaping is less harmful than smoking.
But you can go Google another site that'll tell you just the opposite.
Well, I think it's tricky
But
because
It's funny. It
who's
says
putting that
smoking
info out?
better than you than vaping.
I think it's tricky
Right.
because it depends on because there's a lot of variety of vapes.
Right.
Because there's disposables, like what I have right here that I just
throw
threw
out
on the
the
mixer.
way.
There's disposables like this. that are just a prepackaged thing that, I mean, you're kind of trusting what they say is on the packages in it.
Right.
You can test it, and you can take it apart and test it if you wanted to. But then there's also the bigger box mods that I used to use. It's a big device with batteries in it.
Okay.
And then you have a tank and a coil with the juice that you buy the juice separately.
Right, yeah.
You fill it.
I remember.
Those are kind of a different animal because, sorry, we're going this whole tangent on vaping.
Go ahead.
It's your broader point is on something else. But
No, believe it or
but
not, I tried to vape.
but the box mods, those juices are, I would say, more trustworthy because it's literally 3 ingredients and you can test what it is, and it's easier to verify.
Yeah, and they're more like, or you think they're more tested by the government, or because they have
I don't know if they're.
don't they?
I don't know if they're government tested. I don't think they are, but
If the government is legalizing them, I guarantee you they're tested.
I don't think they always are. I mean, there's a lot of things that are legal they don't test.
That's true.
There's supplements and stuff on the market. They don't test that.
No, but they're not FDA approved then.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
That's what I'm asking. Are those vape oils?
I don't know. That's a good question.
But I know all of them aren't, though, because I know some people are selling them like.
But
out
with
of the garage.
vaping though, with vape juice, like my buddy works at a vape shop and they make their own juice in house.
Right.
Like
So
it's
that's not being tested.
literally 3 ingredients you throw together and that's it. Whereas compared to like cigarettes and stuff, who the hell knows what they're putting in that?
Yeah.
They're putting all kinds of crap in that.
That is true.
That's why in general I trust vaping more because you're basically just getting straight nicotine for the most part. Like I would say, I know this is not an accurate number, but I'm going to say like 90%, it's pretty much just nicotine with some flavor to it. And I know I'm going to sound like an addict because this is what an addict would say. But I don't feel, I've never felt addicted. I've never felt like when I stop vaping, I don't feel like that itch, like that withdrawal, like, oh, I have to get
you'll
my
never
fix.
put it down because you're like.
Well, no, but I'm saying like if I go without
You
it for
go
a day,
without it.
I don't have a problem with that. I enjoy it. I'm not going to say I don't enjoy it. Of course I do. That's why I do it. But I don't feel like I need it. I don't need it. I don't feel that. I have that feeling more with weed than I do with nicotine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because when vaping came out, I ain't gonna lie, I was one of them boys too. I was like, that might be a vape. Da, da, da. I got the one with the coil, with the numbers, turn it on. Me, I don't have an addictive personality. Once it takes too long to do something, it takes time away from doing
much
something
work.
else. Time is valuable.
That's kind of why I got away from the box mods and went to the disposable.
Yeah.
Just because for my particular lifestyle, it was quicker and
You
easier.
gotta worry about the coils burning out. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's too much work, though.
That's more of an enthusiast
And
thing.
it's new shit. So I'm like, fuck it. I ain't used to this shit. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
now take that space in my brain to add, like, my brain space usage. It's like a computer hard drive.
Right.
You gotta make sure you put what you need in there. So I just deleted that out of there, and it was like, okay, I'm okay with that. I don't need that. in my
I
life.
never tried vaping.
I
Never
did.
tried it.
Because before I knock it, I'm gonna try it. Except for the other.
Yeah,
coke and weed and all that
I
other
don't
shit,
knock
don't
it at
fuck
all.
with it.
Well, good thing we got some heroin for you in the other
Nah, I
room.
don't do that.
Got a fresh spoon and needle and everything.
Oh, no, thank you. I am
I prefer geek
great.
joints.
No, I feel that like hook, that like feeling of not withdrawal, but that because I don't feel like but that feeling of I really want it. I get that way more with weed than I do with nicotine.
How many days have you gone without smoking your vape?
Recently, I went like a week. Like very recently, I
yeah?
ran out of one. No, I bought one, and it was busted out the box.
Okay.
It was a disposable like this, different brand, but I bought it from a store, and it was busted out the box, and I didn't really have the money for a new one, so I'm just like, fuck it.
So how much does a disposable like that cost?
It varies.
I mean,
Depends.
yeah,
Like this is like
$20 maybe.
yeah, about 20.
Yeah.
But there's bigger ones that are more. There's smaller ones that are less.
Yeah.
So like one like that will last you about how long?
This probably the amount that I use it probably a week and a half.
Oh, that's
That is
terrible.
not bad though. That was
Some-
$20.
It depends on-
some people smoke a pack of cigarettes a day.
Yeah.
So about
They
$8, $10
advertise
a
it.
day.
They advertise it as 5,000 hits, 5,000 puffs.
Wow.
But that obviously varies based on how hard you hit it, how much you hit it, how much you use it.
You
as
got
a
them vacuum
individual.
lungs that go
Yeah.
down a bit.
You know when I knew vaping was fucking real? When a man was walking around the club asking motherfuckers, yo, can I take a hit of your vape? I'm like, this shit is...
Wow, really?
I swear to God.
People
He
spreading
was-
mono like crazy.
Yeah, bro. He was like, I was like,
Hey, hell
just
no.
asking to fucking hit somebody. How you gonna ask a
I
stripper
can
to hit a
hit you with
vape?
it.
I know some people that go through these so quick.
What is
though.
going on here, bro? So yeah, man. He was asking him to hit the vape. I was like, what the fuck, son?
I'll share it with like my good friends, but I don't give it to strangers.
I
'Cause
can't. That one thing I can't stand is when a mug asks, yo, let me hit your cigar. I go, bro, we.
Who shares cigars?
That's
They selling them right over
We
there.
all smoke. Yeah, get your own.
Right, exactly.
I said, as a cigar smoker, number one rule, we don't share our stick.
The only time I broke that rule was
What she look like?
it was with a girl, and it was we were at a bar, and I got a cigar and a drink. I got a cigar and a whiskey, and this girl was like, "I've never smoked one before. Can I try it?" And I'm like, "I mean, I'm not gonna make you buy a whole one, and take one hit, and not like it anyways. So might as well try it."
But if I had walked over and said, can I have it, he'd be like, go buy a whole one.
I'm gonna give you James' number. Give James a call.
Well, because like
Talk to Jose.
I already had the hunch that this chick wasn't gonna like it anyways, and so I let her hit it one time, and she took a couple selfies with it, and I'm like, all right, and I took it back and finished it myself.
and usually that's what they do, though.
Yeah. And then they'll do something crazy like swallow the smoke. And then they're coughing for
Yeah.
the next 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You
Am I
know?
supposed to inhale? No, boo.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah,
inhale.
yeah.
And
After
I ain't
they
gonna lie.
pick
Even
that
with
lung
cigar,
up off the floor.
sometimes I do inhale a little bit. I do take a little
It
bit.
might take a little, but I mean, if you've been smoking a while,
Yeah, you know how to control that.
built up a little bit more tolerance to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know.
because I do the same thing. I don't inhale it on like every puff, but
Yeah.
but I'll inhale a tiny bit of it
Like maybe
because it gives you that
10,
buzz.
Maybe every 10 to 20 puffs, you take a little bit to the
a
head and
little
be
bit
like,
go
okay.
down.
Yeah.
But that's the fucking magic of cigars, though. You can do that in little bits.
Yeah.
I want to bring us
Be
back
okay.
around to what you said we were going to come back to, which was weed being a gateway drug.
Yeah, I don't think it is a gateway.
I think it is because for me it was.
What made it a gateway drug for you? Let me be a psychologist. I'm gonna be.
So-
Let
Go
me be
ahead,
Rob
go
for a
ahead.
minute.
I had never-
before Rob gets on, because I know.
other
Go ahead.
other than alcohol,
Uh-huh.
I had never done anything before I tried weed.
Okay.
Weed was the first thing that kind of opened my mind to like trying substances.
Question.
Yeah.
When you first, what year was it when you started weed?
Year or age?
Year.
It's 2016 probably.
2016. Okay. That's when dispensaries and stuff started coming out.
I mean, I wasn't getting my shit from dispensary though.
Did your stuff have? Now go ahead. Continue your story.
I mean, what's your question? What's
Huh? Now I'm gonna let you finish your story. Then I'm gonna put. And I
Okay.
ask you those questions.
You
I'm
have
like
to
a PI.
determine
I'm
like,
in
what was
PI.
the
I'm in
potency,
PI.
clarity, purity of the
Well,
weed.
I'm in PI mode right now. And as you finish your story, I'm gonna
Yeah.
put the pieces together and I'm gonna come back
So-
around for you.
I don't know what my story was. I was just saying that
Gateway.
before
when you
weed,
started- yeah.
before weed was the first thing I tried other than alcohol.
Okay.
Because alcohol's kind of just normal, it's everywhere. But besides alcohol, weed was the first substance that I'd ever tried. And then from there, it made me more open to trying more things. Like I tried soon after weed, I tried acid, and I love acid. And after that, I tried shrooms. And then after that, well, actually, that's it. I've never done anything else besides
so-
nicotine.
That's enough.
No, that's
That actually, I stopped. I
Next
stopped
thing you gonna be
there.
talking about,
No, I stopped there. I stopped there because I got exactly what I wanted out of just those two things.
okay. Now,
And I had no desire to try more stuff because I felt like after what I got out of those two things, I felt like there was nothing else I needed.
nothing. Okay.
And I also was worried, in the back of my head, I was a little bit worried that if I tried anything else, I would like it way too much. But I feel in control still with those two things that I do.
So it wasn't weed. It was a curry. Being curious about things that got you. Because
Yeah, but I wouldn't jump from acid
yeah, be honest with you.
straight off.
Because like me when I was younger, I used to smoke. A lot. And believe it or not, it never, ever. Because with me, I was one of those visual kids. Okay? I learned from the environment. So I would go out. I would talk to the fiends. I would talk to the crackheads. When a man comes to me and tells me, Jay, yo, you know what I was doing 9 months ago? What was you doing, sir? Oh, man. I was in the service. I was an ex-Marine. I was in a bomb unit. I could wire a whole building in 5 minutes. I'm like, God damn. But the heroin got me.
Yeah.
I was like, shit. So, and then I meet another guy. Man, I was an accountant, man. I was on Wall Street. That cocaine and that crack got to me. Now I'm doing heroin. I'm sitting there like, okay. And here I am with my little weed. I smoke the weed, but the thing is, when you smoke it too much of anything is bad for you. Yeah. So when you smoke it too much, and I had to learn from smoking too much at a point and say, I'm gonna stop because it started fucking up my coordination.
That's exactly what I went through too.
Yeah. So I stopped, but it never, just from talking to the addicts in my hood, kept me away from the other stuff.
Yeah.
Because the weed didn't want to make me do another. Yeah. Because the thing is, when you grow up, like seriously, as a kid, like you have your demons and everything. My whole thing is, I don't do, like we're like, why come you don't smoke? How come you don't do coke? Because I was in the industry. I was a model. I was doing all kinds of shit, TV and everything. And they would ask me, how come I don't do that stuff? And I was like, I don't do it because, you know what? The chance of liking it, I don't want to risk it.
And I've seen, you've seen so much of the damage that it does. You see so many families.
When you see it, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying you see so many families destroyed, you know, kids without parents, just see them doing crazy stuff, walking down the street, bugging out. You know what I mean? All the things they're doing to try to sustain that habit, even though, you know, I might have been involved in the distribution at one point. You know, it was just like, even seeing it, you know, and seeing the results was really what kind of made me get out of that whole thing. And long story short, I saw this lady that I knew very well. First time I'd ever seen somebody hit heroin, do it above. And bro, I swore she was dead. I just knew she was dead.
The initial hit was like the Undertaker, dog.
This dude, she hit and she was like immediately, and she, you know, she's laying out. I'm like, oh, shit. I was sitting on the back of our stairs, you know, looking underneath the stairs, back stairs outside. And she laid down, stopped moving. Man, this motherfucker dead. So I'm like, I waited a few more minutes, about 5 minutes, no movement. Go in the house for about 5 minutes. Now I'm looking out the window, and I can still see her legs, so I know she's still laying there. Waited about 10 more minutes. I think I actually dozed off, because it's like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Went back outside. She was still laying there. Went to bed. I'm like, oh, shit. I killed this mofo. You know, I'm like, Lord, I'm thinking how this is going to play out. There's no cameras back here. All this stuff is going through my mind. So when I got up in the morning, peeked out there, she was gone. And I saw her walking down the street. Next day, I was like, that's it. I'm done.
Said I'm done.
Because I'm telling you, I just knew she was gone.
For me, what stopped me from venturing out and trying more stuff than what I was already comfortable with is before I tried anything, weed, acid, the nicotine, I always would deep dive into exactly what the substance is and what it does before even touching it.
When you say deep dive, you mean as
like
far as
research, like online, yeah. Because I didn't really have many people around me in my environment that were actively using that stuff to learn from, to ask questions of. Like I'm sure I know addicts who are former addicts, but I don't know anybody currently who is right now an addict that I could, you know, see what's going on. I don't have that in my life. So I went online and researched with weed, like, okay, what exactly is going on here? With acid, I went and like, what exactly does this do? And that's what gave me more peace of mind of trying it, because I educated myself on like what the risk versus reward was and what exactly it does to the brain to give you the high that it does, and it made me more comfortable. And then also researching I didn't even need to research this part, but just knowing just how fucked up people's lives get on shit like heroin and meth and even coke to an extent.
Yeah.
I just didn't have any interest in trying that because I've seen in media and online and whatever how there's countless stories.
Yes, sir.
So I was just like, nah, that's just not for me. I just don't even want to go there.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about, Dave. You don't have. That's why when you like, I don't know, when you say gateway, I'm sitting here like, I don't think it's a gateway for because your mind is strong. You know, everything you do it because you want to do it. I don't think nothing leads you from one thing to another. I think you smoke weed because you wanted to smoke weed. And then you was like, it's acid. Because if you didn't smoke weed and somebody came in with acid, you would have done the acid because you wanted to do it, which is different from
maybe.
Yeah.
The weed thing was
because now you would have been talking. You know, acid is a gateway drug to weed. You know what I'm saying?
The weed thing was very slightly a peer pressure thing too, because like. I didn't have the mentality of being against it or anything. I just didn't care. Like at that age, I didn't really have an opinion on it. But my friends started using it and offered it to me. And he wasn't like pushing it hard, like telling me, "Oh, you're not cool if you don't do it."
There's still peer pressure.
It was a little bit of peer pressure of just like, "Hey, do you want to try? You know, come on, try it, whatever." Like but it wasn't like. Yeah, it wasn't like the movies.
Yeah, even if he hadn't said a word, it's still peer pressure because your peers are still using it, and now you're like, and you're not.
Yeah.
So you'll put the pressure on yourself. Like, man, should I try it? You know what I mean?
And the first time I smoked weed, I didn't feel nothing. I didn't get nothing out of it because I didn't know how to inhale.
Dude, when I was smoking weed, it used to make me sleepy.
Dude, no,
Still does.
I ain't gonna lie to you. When I was smoked, it didn't really get bad until I started smoking too much. Like I would take a couple of puffs.
Same.
Like, even after I stopped, I would take a couple of puffs. Like, when I was doing choreography and stuff, a little bit Tai Chi, I felt great. When I was writing, dance, and all that, I felt great. It's when you start abusing, like too much, like you said, too much of anything. And then I just said, you know what? After doing the Qigong and doing the Tai Chi, I learned to put myself in that mental space by myself with God-given abilities to do it. Then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just stick to my cigars, and I'm gonna just leave the weed alone. After that was over. It didn't really take too much to. It wasn't like something. It wasn't life changing for me. It was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm
done with it.
So Devin, with the acid, because now I've been around.
What's up?
A lot of different.
And when I say acid, I should specify because a lot of times the word acid, is used as an umbrella term for a lot of things. I'm talking about specifically LSD.
Yeah, that was pretty much what I had in mind.
I'm just clarifying because acid could technically mean LSD or research chemicals that are close.
Yeah.
But I don't fuck with that stuff.
Yeah, no, but I want to ask.
How does acid feel like?
But I'm taking my damn
No,
question.
you got
That's what I'm trying to ask.
we interview, we get Dev. No,
That's
Dev,
what I'm trying to
we got to
ask.
dig. I think this is going to be a substance abuse session over here today because
I don't know,
Dev. Okay, what's the difference between the mushrooms and the acids?
Nah, let me finish my question.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
My bad.
Rob first.
I've been around people using all types of controlled substances and otherwise, but I never, to my knowledge, been around anybody that I've seen folks, but not personally, where I can say, how does that shit make you feel? Exactly. Like I know weed chills you out or whatever. I know alcohol can take you either way. Acid, how does that make you feel? What is your, what type of high, I guess, do you get from that?
So it's a psychedelic.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
So it does it can vary from person to person, but there's a few things that are common that applies to basically everybody.
Common thread. Yeah.
And that'll be the way. So I'm forgetting. It's been a while since I've
That's that acid.
looked it up, but it specifically messes with your the receptors in your brain that have to do with your sensory input. So it will fuck with your sense of vision, your sense of touch, your taste, your smell, hearing. Like it's not movies will tend to really over exaggerate and make it seem like when you're tripping on acid, you have zero idea of what's going on and you're in a completely different universe. And it's not really like that. It can be like that if you take an insanely over the top, what they call heroic dose. It can get to that, but on average, it's not like that. What it's really like is you will, okay, for me specifically, I can't say that this applies to everybody. For me specifically, it will increase my heart rate. My heart rate will go up a little bit. I will start to feel cold because it actually makes your blood recede from your extremities. So it makes your core more warm. So like for me, like specifically, my nose gets really cold. But it can also make you sweat at the same time. So that's kind of a weird feeling.
That's a real mix.
It's a really weird feeling because it's a mix, yeah.
Like you got the flu.
Yeah, but don't.
Yeah.
Right. And it screws with your sensory input. So like patterns like on the ceiling like we have here can start kind of waving and warping. Things become more fascinating to touch because like your senses get heightened, more sensitive, but also skewed a little bit.
Yeah, because I've seen them like, they touch like a rug and be like, oh my God, this is the softest rug I've ever felt.
Yeah.
And they do.
But another big thing about it that a lot of people may not cover, or at least I feel like movies don't cover this very much, is that acid can really. This is where it crosses over with shrooms. Shrooms can do a similar thing, where it will heighten your emotional state. So what they say is whatever emotions you're going into it with is it's going to exponentially increase that. So that's why if you're like depressed or sad or feeling or angry or feeling any kind of negative way, they advise you
elevate that.
It's going to elevate it, and they advise you not to take it.
Problem.
They advise you not to take it. But if you're generally fine, like if you're neutral or positive, you're going to probably have a good time. Especially if you know going into it what it does. It also strongly causes a sense of introspection. So you get way into your own head.
You get all philosophical. And
Yes.
See,
And I love that
and
because
and that's what the fuck I'm scared of.
I love that because
Rob,
for me,
I don't want to be in here like, bro.
No, but for me,
my God, no.
for me, what I
hate
like.
myself. No.
Well, for me,
Man.
what I like about it
No,
is
sir.
it's kind of like going in your filing cabinet and reorganizing everything and getting rid of the junk and then re-examining the shit that you forgot was important and then
See,
putting it back. And like that's what it's like for
I
me.
know, but Devin, if I trip like that, bro, I will probably literally go look for that individual. Whatever it's in my head I gotta get rid of, I'm probably gonna get hooded up and pull up. And I need
If you
to
make it out
stay
the door.
off for that. Oh, I'm gonna make it out the door.
Because another thing with acid is you can kind of like lose your track of time and
yeah?
become very what's the right word for
You
it?
get delusional?
Not well, some people can.
No, yeah?
I would not say that that's common, but
Because,
that can
it's
happen.
hallucinogenic too.
Yeah, it's hallucinogenic.
So what's the definition of a great trip?
I would say that differs from person to person. I could tell you one of my favorite trips.
Okay. So go ahead.
Because this is, again, like with psychedelics, it's hard to talk about because it's such a unique to the individual experience that you don't know until you've done it. And that's why I'm not trying to like push it or say you need to do it, but that's why it's hard to explain. And I didn't fully get it until I did it.
Right.
Like you can research all you want and learn about it
Until you do it,
but
right?
the experience itself doesn't click until you've done it. But so my one of my best trips ever was, and here's a piece of advice: do it with other people, especially the first few times you try it. Well, first time for sure. If you do more than that, that's up to you. But the first couple times, definitely do it with a group or with like friends that you trust and in a location that you feel safe in. Set and setting are two key words, two key aspects of it. Set and setting. That's your location and the atmosphere and the vibe, basically.
That's it 101, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Because if you've never done it before and you go to like a festival or something, you might freak out a little bit. It might be a little overwhelming. Sensory overload.
Now,
And I'll get into my trip story in a second, but go ahead.
Look, I met a chick, right? Like, I've known her for a minute. I don't think she ever did acid before or mushrooms. And it was, I could think like, I seen her like 6 months after the last time I saw her. She had came to the shop. And heavy drinker, smoked her little weed. She came to the shop. She was like, Jay, I don't smoke anymore. I don't drink anymore. She said, they talked me to doing some mushrooms, and it fucked me up so bad that it fucked her up so that I don't know what the fuck happened or what she had, but it fucked her up so bad. She was scared to drink. She was scared to smoke. She was scared to do anything at all. It was like, I don't understand that shit. Because you got to be in the right frame of mind to fuck around with that shit, man. That's what, with me, like, I could feel like I'm in the right frame of mind, but I'm a strategist. So I like to strategize all the time. I don't call myself a thinker because...
I'm the same way with when I trip. However, I'm experienced enough at this point that I could have tripped last night and you would not know today.
See, you strong-minded, though, Dad.
That's the difference. That's another
Very
thing.
strong-minded.
That's a hard thing
You stay in control of yourself.
That's a hard thing to measure from person to person.
Yeah.
Because some people, it's just not going to work for them. Some people can handle it, and it'll improve their mental and their emotional state, and it can actually benefit them, or at least be neutral, fun, recreationally. But then there's some people that might have long-lasting issues with it. It's a very individual thing.
Well, that's the difference between an addicted personality and not, too. Because, I mean, people like that, it can be chewing gum, and they're going to watch you 5 packs a day. You know what I mean? Because they're going to be addicted to something. It could be watching YouTube. It could be knitting. It could be baking cookies. Whatever it is, they're already predisposed to addiction. So it's always going to be something that they're going to do in excess. You know what I mean? So I kind of pulled this saying I got from Hotel California. It said, some dance to remember, some dance to forget. It's the same thing with drug and alcohol use. Some drink to remember, some drink to forget.
Absolutely.
And if you're using it as a tool, in either direction, on either end of that spectrum, you run the risk of addiction. Because every time if you have that particular feeling, you know what, I need to use. You know what I mean? And you go back to it, that becomes your go-to. Even like some people are like, I gotta have my coffee. Every time they get drowsy, they think they gotta go buy a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Until it comes to a point where they're wide awake. But now just the taste of coffee they need.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? They're not even getting any physical benefits from it anymore. Because after you drink coffee so much, it's really not keeping you awake. If your body has trained itself that once I get this taste in my mouth, I'm awake.
So I'm into it.
It really has nothing to do with the caffeine anymore because the tolerance is built up so high. As with a lot of alcoholics, like I said before, my dad had a bar when I was growing up.
Right.
And I could see he had this one guy, and there was a bunch of them, but this one guy in particular, they called him One Can Dan. He was about Devin size, but he would literally buy one tall can of Budweiser, and after a few sips, he would be the drunkest dude in the club. He'd be the drunkest guy in there because all he needed was that taste in his mouth, that atmosphere, and you know what? This is when I'm supposed to be drunk. And boom, he'd be the drunkest guy in the club and still have a half a can of beer. Hadn't even drank a whole beer.
That's wild.
Because the drunk was up here. The inebriation was here. You know what I mean? It wasn't in his bloodstream. It was just the fact that I got this taste in my mouth now. So now is when I'm supposed to be drunk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that happens a lot of times. I mean, I got friends now that, like we be, getting ready to have a drink, and they'll be like, no, give me mine straight because I need that bite. The bite is what lets me, I can't mix it down too much because I won't feel it. But if I feel the bite, now I'll get a buzz because that's their mind saying, you know what, once you get this burn on the back of your throat and the back of your tongue, now you're starting to get, a buzz.
Yeah. I don't know. I just like, fuck that. I ain't gonna do this shit no more.
Yeah, no, I can't see that.
Shit ain't helping me. If it ain't helping me physically, like I was like anybody that knows me knows like the martial arts is pretty much my first wife. Period.
What I can say is unique about LSD, and I'm not sure if this applies to shrooms or not. But I know it applies to LSD. Is it's actually very, very difficult to form an addiction to it because of the way your body processes it. So when you take LSD, your body immediately creates a strong tolerance to it. So if, for example, if you took, usually it's measured in micrograms, or the delivery method, which would be tabs. So it's like paper blotter tabs.
Put on your tongue.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So a common way of measuring how much you took was, how many tabs?
Right.
So let's say you take a tab and you trip that night. If you were to if you wanted to achieve the same feeling the next day, you'd have to double or sometimes more than double that dose. And if you wanted to do it again a third night, triple. You have to double the dose that you doubled. So it'd be quadruple. And so on and so forth. So it's like diminishing returns type of thing.
Yeah.
And you'll run out way quicker and you will feel nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like, and also a trip usually is so exhausting on the body and the mind that you don't really have a desire to do it a couple days in a row anyways, because it's a very impactful experience. Whereas I imagine, I've never done heroin or meth or anything like that, but I imagine that part of the reason people will come back to it is they're chasing a high that they got and it went away. Right?
Yeah, that's definitely.
It was quick, fleeting. Whereas a trip on LSD, that will last like 8 to 12 hours. And then even when you're done tripping, you still feel kind of exhausted from it and you need a little time to recover. And the idea of tripping again right away is out the window. So it's really not something that people get addicted to.
Yeah, and I was just using the word not necessarily.
No, I get what you were saying too.
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring that point up since we're still talking about it.
Yeah.
What? Go ahead, Rob, because I don't want to interrupt you.
No. All I was going to say is I just never had the desire to try it. Honestly, it wasn't available in my zip code anyway, not in general.
Shrooms are being used more and more for like therapy and stuff.
But see, that's what I'm asking you. You trip on both. What is the difference between the two?
Okay, so
They're both psychedelics, right?
Yes. I have not had very strong experiences with shrooms, so it's hard for me to talk on that because I tried shrooms twice, and both times were actually in a tea form. They weren't just straight shroom that you just eat. They were made into a tea, and both times that I tried it, I think it was either too low of a dosage to affect me, or something was wrong with it, wasn't made properly, something. So I didn't actually feel it. So I can't really speak on the shroom trip because I haven't had one yet, really. I've had plenty of friends who have, and they say pretty similar things to what I experienced on acid, except the difference that they say is that it feels almost, it doesn't have that exhausting quality to it, and it almost feels cleaner. like more in tune with nature type of feeling than acid does. I have no personal input because, like I said, I haven't successfully had a shroom trip, so I don't know.
I saw somebody with one. It was almost, in the little canisters like they sell some medicinal weed in, and they had mushrooms in there. And they would just, take out a couple and chew them up and whatever.
Was it psilocybin like infused into something, or was it actual mushroom?
It was, it was actual like you go to the grocery store and you see the little sliced mushrooms in the can. It was like that, but dried. It was like it had been dehydrated. So I don't know if
that's normal.
If it had something on it or it was just a shroom.
That's pretty much how the shrooms would normally come, though.
Yeah,
they'll be like
just
strips.
in a little can. It was like little slices.
Yeah,
and they would just take out a little piece and chew it up every now.
What do you do to the mushrooms to get? How does that process work?
It's a specific type of mushrooms.
Yeah, it's supposed to be natural.
Yeah, it's natural. Yeah. It completely just grows in the ground like that.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
See, so how do you infuse
Usually,
that?
the substance in the shroom that is psychedelic is called psilocybin. And you can take that and put it into other things.
Oh shit! Like
some people boil it and make a tea out of it.
Yeah, like the teas I had were literally just shrooms boiled into a tea.
Yeah,
into
people.
hot water.
So that's what you had.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've heard good things about that experience, but I guess the times that I tried it, like I said, maybe wasn't high enough of a dose to affect me, because that I think is more tied to like weight and stuff, whereas acid isn't really at all. But usually people just eat it. That's the most straightforward way. Usually, like the old school way, and people still do this, but the old school way is where people go shrooming and they go into cow pastures because you find them growing around and underneath cow shit. That's where they'll naturally grow all the time.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like, because there's like hundreds of different varieties of mushrooms. So you gotta really know what you're looking for.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
But otherwise, you just eat the shitty mushrooms.
I didn't know it was different kind of mushrooms. To be honest with you, I thought mushrooms were just mushrooms.
Man, tons and
Tons, yeah. And then even within the psychedelic variety, there's different strains like that too.
Yeah.
Different like types.
For word?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably just as many mushrooms as it is different varieties of weed.
There's a lot of mushrooms out there.
Yeah.
Fungus is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's the difference with the fungus and the mushrooms?
That's what a mushroom is, a fungus.
I know that. I mean, he said fungus. I forget it was,
I just meant fungus as like a
So you can't smoke mushrooms.
General term.
You gotta drink mushrooms.
No, you can smoke them.
I've never heard of that, but
They
maybe.
ground them up, put them in cakes, brownies. Yeah.
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 See, Unc don't do shit, but he knows shit. What the?
The most common way.
I'd be afraid of it because I'd be the first person to get life for doing mushrooms or some shit like that.
The most common way that I see people
Yeah,
take.
life for doing mushrooms.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I can't. I'm like, nah.
The most common way that I see people take mushrooms is either just straight and then they eat or drink something right after because it usually tastes really bad.
It does.
Or they'll have it on like a PB&J. They'll make a peanut butter jelly sandwich, put the shrooms on that, eat that because
That's a violation.
the
Fuck with
PB&J.
peanut butter.
Well, the flavor of the PB&J overcomes the mushroom flavor, so you don't really even taste it much.
Oh no, I'm saying it's a violation to the peanut butter.
Oh,
Being somebody that loves peanut butter, nah, you can't fuck with peanut butter like that. Come on, man, keep it honest with the peanut butter, y'all. Don't put your mushrooms on the peanut butter, please.
Mushrooms on peanut butter and
put it on pizza instead.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, mushrooms, they also tend to upset people's stomachs sometimes too. People will take them and shortly, either during their trip or on the come up to the trip as it's winding up, a lot of times people get upset stomach and throw up.
Oh wow.
Either from the taste itself or just from interacting with the stomach. I've never. I don't hear about that with acid. I've definitely had weird like bodily moments on acid where because like your senses become way more sensitive and you start to feel everything like your heart. You'll start to feel your heart like way more than you normally do. I've had upset stomach on acid before. I've never thrown up on it, but I've had like, what is that? What's going on here? Like that kind of like feeling.
Like you can hear your hair growing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You get weird sensations like that. Oh, and the one
I can smell my eyeballs.
one like trope that you'll hear like hippy dippy people say, or it'll come up in movies or whatever.
Hippy dippy.
Well, like with acid, the whole concept of like vibrations and waves and stuff becomes very real when you're tripping on acid, because you start to feel things like you start to feel waves like pulsate through you, like almost at a certain frequency, like timed, like on the clock, like you'll feel it.
You ever beat somebody's ass and get like, fuck you, had a bad trip?
No. I've had bad moments during trips, but I've never had a bad trip.
What would a bad moment
What
be?
would it be
Like
like?
the stomach
Yeah.
thing?
A
or-
bad moment
Took a
could
shit somewhere?
be a bad moment could be like recalling a bad memory, maybe.
Ooh, how did that work?
I just worked through it.
How do you do that while you're in your head? How do you that would fuck up my trip?
We listen to some trance music and
Actually, I love doing that. Yeah, music.
No, but like seriously, how did you work through it in your head and stay sane, bro? That's what I need to know about this shit right here.
Well, I think it's a combination of things. It's for me in particular. I'm able to. I think I do have like a strong
No, you do. Dad.
will.
Yeah.
Mental will in a sense, because I'm able to just talk myself out of it.
Yeah.
Like I'll dwell on whatever the bad thing is for a moment, and I have to think about it step by step. Like, why do I feel bad about this thing? What happened? Am I justified in feeling bad about it? And I just go from there and I work through it. And that's why I look at it as a therapeutic thing,
Right.
because it forces me
To do it yourself.
to deal with issues that were put away. You know what I mean? It'll force me to face an issue that was put away in storage, and it makes me feel better on the other side of it.
Another question.
Yeah.
How?
Also, another aspect of it. Sorry, another like kind of part two of that is sometimes you can get caught in like a little bit of a thought loop.
Like in the Matrix?
You get caught in a little bit of a loop. It's called recursion.
Yeah.
Damn, the terminology for
Yeah.
it.
But we're killing them.
And one thing that I do to get out of either thought loops or negative thoughts is I literally just say to myself, I'm on a substance right now. I got to just chill out and relax. And I distract myself with something else.
Okay.
Like I just turn my attention to something else. And then I will eventually, I'll move on. You know what I mean?
Now, question. We're not doctors. How do you know the doses? If you take too much, what happens? If you take too less, what happens?
So if you take too much and if you take too little, is that what you said?
Like, what is the cap?
That would definitely vary from person to person.
For your
It's
first
measured.
time.
So it's measured in micrograms. And I would say like 50 to 100 micrograms in that range is good for like a first time use.
Us street pharmacists, micrograms are what, ounces and grams?
A microgram would be, I think, a thousandth of a gram. Yeah. And LSD is a liquid, by the way. It's a pure, it's a pure, clear
Liquid, yes.
liquid, no smell, no
None.
taste.
No odor at all, period.
Yeah, and they just put it onto something.
It's like opium.
Never done that, so I don't know. But
Yeah, but opium starts out as a powder.
The plant.
Powder,
The plant,
but they,
yeah.
and they, like heroin.
Yeah, but I mean, because they've done LSD in a powder form before too. Back in the 70s, that's what.
I never heard
people
that.
doing. Yeah, they
Yeah.
were,
Interesting.
But now, like, we used to call them geek joints when we were growing up. You know, like you couldn't smoke with everybody because you know some people were dipping them in the LSD, and some of them rolling with coke in them, and you know all of that kind of stuff. So Which I never did anyway.
To answer your question of what is like too much of a dose, so you can't really overdose in the sense of, well, see, here's where it's like dependent on the person, because on a physical level, you can't overdose from it.
Okay.
Mentally, psychologically, too much can, like a certain amount can be too much for someone to handle. And what they call it heroic doses, when you have so much that you experience ego death. Ego death is where you become separated from the concept of yourself. So you start thinking outside of your own
spirit,
outside of your own body, outside of your own, like you're almost thinking about the world outside of your own perspective, outside of your own experience. You're looking at things almost more objectively, in a sense.
Okay.
And
That's
your
crazy.
your sense of self dissolves away, like disappears. You become like the whole, like, again, this sounds like cliche, but it's very real when you experience it. That you become like one with the universe.
Seriously. But see, what you talking about right now and how you just said what you just said, I can literally get to that point. That's why I don't do drugs. I can literally get to that point through meditation and keep going. Where I think it's more powerful when you can actually unlock those chromosomes within yourself to get yourself there.
You say that, but you haven't tried acid yet.
Why do I need to try acid when I've experienced it? And you know what I mean?
And what drugs do is they release stuff that's already inside you.
It's a cheat code.
Yeah.
To me,
So
it's a cheat code.
If you were able to do that without it, which is, what a lot of, especially those like Tibetan monks and, guys that, studied the meditation and self-enlightenment and, things like that. That's what he's talking about, how they can get
No, I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
without that. And, I mean, even if you put in certain situations and you're like, damn, I never thought I would have been able to do that. How did I get the strength to do that?
Exactly.
And I'm myself included, because with the accident, there's no way the normal Rob just sitting here chilling would have been able to do that.
Yeah.
So he's talking about tapping into that. Because like they say, the human brain is more powerful than any computer, than all the computers ever made put together.
That's why they can't figure it. They figure everything out but that.
Yeah, so that's interesting. But the whole acid thing, I don't know if I've ever spoken to anybody that actually, did acid.
Honestly,
We talking like Devin, just the pure, like he's the acid head dude now,
I mean,
Ladies and gentlemen, he's not the acid head
you
guy.
might think I was based on how many times I've done it, but which is a lot.
Take that back, ladies and gentlemen. He is the acid head guy.
Maybe
No,
I might be
The acid professional.
of the people here.
got a lot of information.
A lot of info.
Of the people in the studio, maybe I am.
Oh no, you
Where there's smoke, there's acid.
Fucking
So
acidologist.
Oh, yeah.
What
I'm trying to make it.
What's your astrological astrological side?
That's the word. Astrologic. I can't do it. Right.
That's too much.
I lost. That's a lot of.
That's too much
syllables.
what's the word?
Oh, repetition.
Yeah, it's too much repetition.
Oh, that's the Oh, you went back on that.
too much repetition going on.
One of my favorite things that from acid actually is stuff becomes way funnier.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Definitely. One of my favorite things to do, especially when I'm tripping with friends that are also, when we're all tripping together, is put on a comedy. Put on a comedy movie or dumb shit on YouTube or whatever, and we just laugh together or just hang out together and talk, tell stories and whatever.
It is.
That shit it becomes 1,000 times funnier.
You know what we used to do with me and my boys is to get we used to smoke. We used to watch the cartoons and mute it.
Yeah.
Just do the voiceovers.
Yeah. So my friends and I, we did a podcast one time while tripping that will never see the light of day.
Why?
Can't.
You know, I don't give a fuck, Devin. Like,
I
Devin don't
can't.
give a damn what's on. Oh, it's good for content. Just put it on. Put it
No,
on.
this can't go out. This can't go out.
He can't give
Who
addresses.
has it? Who has it?
Yeah, who has it?
I think it's deleted, honestly.
No, it's not.
Uh-oh.
Nothing is ever deleted in this world.
Well,
Who had it before the deletion?
Me?
And only you?
Yeah.
Your friend.
So it's in your
Trust you
heart.
way
Was it
too
on
much.
this computer?
No.
Damn.
As soon as one of them get famous, they're gonna be like, "Do you remember that video?"
He thought he had the only copy.
No, I think it's either deleted or it's on an SD card somewhere that I've lost.
It's not deleted. It's in your hard drive. Whatever the computer you had, you let me know where the computer is at. I find it.
Doubtful. But damn it. And I don't have that computer anymore that you did it on. But anyways, that trip was definitely hilarious, but definitely cannot go public. But what was fun about it, right? We're all tripping, and we start recording. We record for like an hour-ish, give or take. And during the conversation, I discover that two of my friends had never seen The Matrix. And so I make them we go watch The Matrix. We pause recording, and we go watch the movie. And right after, we come back, and we start recording for another hour. And then I discover, I guess we're on the topic of Keanu Reeves or something, and I discover that the two of them had also never seen the first John Wick.
What?
So I'm like, shit, all right, we're going to go watch this. So we go and watch John Wick, and then we come back and record another hour. So we recorded 3 hours with movies in between.
Damn.
Of us just blast out of our minds,
So
tripping
that
balls.
first trip was about almost 4 hours.
It was about a 3 hour recording. Like 3.5, something like that.
But you were still tripping while you were watching the movie, though.
Yeah.
So you said 3 movies or 3 movies,
Two
right?
movies.
So that's about what?
But we didn't.
4 hours for the 2 movies.
But we weren't recording while watching.
No, but he's talking about the trip.
Oh, the whole
itself.
trip.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole thing overall was probably like 8 hours plus.
See?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's like it was like an overnight
You probably
experience.
ain't had no more space in the hard drive anyway. That shit had to get deleted.
Killed my
Well, no,
Yeah.
it wasn't. Not the whole
Damn.
thing wasn't recorded.
Okay.
About 3 hours of that was recorded.
Shit,
The
man.
whole trip was probably from about, I would estimate like 9 or 10 p.m. to about 5 in the morning. So how much is that? What?
9, 10 p.m. to about 5.
I would kill so
That's
many
about
brain
6
cells.
hours.
That's
Remember-
8 hours.
It would kill so many brain cells he can't count no more.
And then after that, all of us were just kind of tired and we just went to sleep. And then after we went to sleep and woke up, you feel normal again, pretty much.
So like no hangover. Or,
No. You get, okay, so the hangover, quote unquote, isn't from sleeping and then waking up the day after. Some people call it like a trip hangover, but it's more so after the come down is done. So the trip is kind of like you start at your normal level, your base level, and it starts ramping up, and you get to a peak point where everything is the most intense, and you stay there for a little while, and then it starts slowly moving back down. And then once you come down to that base level again, that's where you start to feel. That's what I was talking about earlier when I said exhaustion. Your body and mind just feel tired, and it's not painful. It's not like a hangover, like from alcohol, where it's like everything
but
hurts.
I meant just the residual.
But it just feels. You just feel tired.
Is it me or him saying all that shit? It's made me feel like an old ass nigga.
Hey, listen.
What do you mean?
I just feel old as hell. You talking about all this shit. My mind is like, God.
I'm
Damn kids and your drugs.
Yeah. I feel like an old ass man, bro. I'm sitting here like,
we need to have
shit.
the dare symbol.
What? Holy shit.
Dare didn't work.
Hey,
The fucking the war on drugs won.
And this motherfucker smart as
in
shit.
the first place. They put the war on who they
Oh
wanted.
my God, Dev. Shit, man. So well, I think we just hit an hour mark, man. I'm gonna have to stop for a minute and let everybody know. Please download KNG TV Network 2.0. Make sure it's 2.0. You download that, you get a chance to win a free Nissan. We will get the Nissan on the board one day. We're gonna get the numbers together and find out where we at and how many subscribers. We're trying to hit, I think, 10,000. So on the 10,000 subscriber, we're gonna do a drawing and actually pick a winner. And after that, the giveaway is gonna get bigger, even on our show, through our sponsorships and whatnot.
What's bigger than giving away a car?
Shit, a house.
We're gonna give away houses.
That's
okay. Bet
that's in the plan.
Which I actually had a plan for that.
Yeah.
Way before this, but I was thinking about
which
myself.
is in the plan. It's in the works. Like we ain't playing around. Like that's why.
What's after house?
Let's have a house, bigger house.
Plaza.
No, we ain't giving
Like
the
a whole
prize
strip
away.
mall?
Shit, man. God damn. Somebody got to get back to us.
Four walls, damn it, and a roof.
Hear me? No, man. But
4 walls
yeah,
and a roof.
man. That's the thing about the KNG network, man. Ownership.
I'll auction myself. People can have a night with Devin.
Ooh.
Acid free
mushrooms
or
or
on
acid?
acid?
It's up to them.
Dad, we go. Yo, don't tell me
Acid optional.
the morning show. I'm gonna call La. I'm gonna get with La, even though she's in Georgia. Mm-hmm. We're gonna actually see if we could auction Devin out.
Auction me out.
Yeah, she got a speed date coming.
But you got,
All right.
Lord have mercy. You got to do a photo shoot in the Speedo.
Yeah.
So they know what they get.
No. I ain't doing all that.
So they know what
Oh
they get.
shit!
You got to show them the goods, baby.
Son.
You're
Word
looking
of
at
bond.
this is as good as it's gonna get. You're looking at the goods.
Yeah.
You got to show them the goods, baby.
I don't know, man. Me and Devin got to go head to head on the hoodies, son, because Devin got a hoodie collection.
I have like 3.
That's it?
Yeah.
Shit. All right, I got you then.
Definitely.
I got you. My shawls are doing good. But no.
I like that color. That one.
You
was-
like the cut?
That one stands out.
I got a few of them.
So, I mean,
I got a whole collection.
so the shawl is part of the whole.
My thing is like growing up, doing the meditation and everything. I always wore a hat. When I had my dreads, I always wore a scarf. Then I started wearing these. I went overseas. I came back, and I kind of when they sat me down and explained why they wear them, protect your cranium, protect your wisdom, and it keeps the sun out your face. When you're in the desert,
That's why a lot of religions have covering your head.
yeah, when that, a lot of
LL does that.
when you have the sun and when it get windy, it keep the wind because they in South.
Yeah,
they
it's
in
like
the
it's
desert.
a tool in the desert.
It's a tool. So the more clothes you have on, the better you are. So I just said, you know what? Shit, man. I was out there for like about 30 days, almost 2 months. I got accustomed to it. Came back with a bunch of them. Put them in storage. And I went through my fedora phase. And like now, I don't know, I just gravitated towards wearing these. Because when you wear your fedoras, all of a sudden everybody's wearing fedoras.
Oh yeah, I never got
Then,
into them.
Yeah, I love my fedoras. I still wear them, but my everyday fit, especially with now with the COVID, everybody wants a COVID mask. I could just take this and wrap it around. Boom, it's my mask. I can go out to work and just put it on, wrap it. I'm at work. You can't see my face. So just wearing this comes with a lot of it's and not having to buy a bunch of hoodies because that saves me from my hoodies because I can just wear it on my head to keep the sun out of my face. If it's too cold, it keep my head cool. It's so many different things you could do with this, and the meaning of it. It just I don't know. I just love it.
Yeah, I never got into the. I have a couple. I've worn 1 or 2 here and there, but fedoras don't. They just don't fit me right. They don't look right on me.
I've seen you.
And,
Stop. I mean, hold on. See,
To me, they don't.
One thing about me, Devin, I have receipts, bro. I have receipts.
Well, I put it like this: to me, they don't look right.
Hold on. Hold on.
I'm saying to me, they don't look right on me.
No, I'm about to show you. They look right
I mean,
on
my
me.
wife is like, it looks good, but I'm like, to me, and especially like you say, when everybody starts doing it, it like kind of turns me off to it.
Nah, dude, you look cool as fucking a fedora.
Well, I don't know about all that, but
Rob, come on now. I got
yeah,
receipts,
I know
Rob.
that's the one that I have. seriously, that's the one that I have. The guy gave me one, a little more formal one than that one, but they just don't look. I don't know. It's just not something I ever been like comfortable in. Like if I were gonna wear one, I would wear it not with a suit. It'd be like with a t-shirt and some jeans, and some sneakers, something like that. You know, I would do it differently. Because like you said now, especially going to cigar bars, everybody got on a fedora. I'm like, that's like the cigar bar outfit now. Like that's the uniform, you know. So yeah, I never really got into them. I like them. I like to see, you know, like I'm like.
You know what got me into fedora? You know what got me into fedoras? I actually I started. Shit, what year was that? It was like 2016, 15, going to 16. It was 2015. I was working with Shannon. I'm doing a Zora Neale Hurston plays, and they was doing swing dancing. Then I had my dreads, and she was like, "Yeah, we're gonna be wearing fedoras. We gotta do a photo shoot with fedoras. You gotta go buy fedoras." So I went in and bought like I think about 3 of them. When I bought the 3 of them, put them shits on, I was like, "Damn, this is fucking." Like, it made me feel real fucking
sophisticated, distinguished,
debonair.
Oh,
It made me feel real debonair. I'm sitting there like, yo, I could really do this. Because before then, I was doing the baseball caps, the Yankee fitteds, and all that. Yeah. And I was like a little older. I was like, you know what? This look is like good.
More mature, you know.
Yeah. So, bingo. I started wearing it, and everybody started coming. Yo, man, you look good with the fedora on.
Yeah, I see what they. I see they look good on other people. To me, you know, they look good on other people. To me.
And I kept it, but then after a while, I was like, bro, it's cool. Then everybody, like even my shows, like every time I go somewhere now, they're like, yo, man, I want to get on, man. Then all of a sudden, everybody's gonna start wearing it. Then with me, it's like, shit, I like to be a trendsetter. So I was like,
yeah, I'm the same way.
I'm gonna have to go back to the fucking
That's why I said, like, once people, like, everybody started, like, I was buying Invicta watches almost 20 years, about 20 years ago. Nobody was wearing them. And, like, one of my favorite watches is an Invicta, but it's nothing like any of the ones that you see now. You know, square face, square bezel, with what they call a dragon scale band on it. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, Invicta was everywhere. And I'm like, all of a sudden, now I don't want Invictus. I don't want them anymore. You know?
That's right. Yeah, me too. I have shit of Invictus. And this G-Shock right here just hit me on the head. Like, if I find something that I like, I don't care if I have 1,000 of other stuff.
Right.
You will catch me with it on.
If it's something that really catches my eye, something that really makes me say,
it makes me stand out. It makes you look
different.
Hot. Yeah. It makes you look different. And then when people start buying that shit, that's like, all right, you know what? That's when you know it's time to move on to the to the next trend. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I went to my storage unit. I was like, you know what, man? I'm gonna have to start bringing my shows out because I know it's gonna be hard for people to put their hands on these bad boys.
Yeah, like I wear like wooden watches, you know. Because I was just looking for something different. I saw it and I was like, damn, that's pretty fly. You know, some of them get quite pricey, but I didn't like the way any of them looked.
Right.
So the one I found was like almost the cheapest one out there, but it was the nicest style. You know, it was different, you know, from all of the other ones. And everybody's like, oh man, I love that watch. I love that watch. And I got I have 4 of them total, 5 of them total, something like that.
I ain't gonna lie, your watch game is off the hook.
I like a nice, something different, you know.
Yeah. Like the other one you have, the wooden one. I don't see that out
here. Yeah. And I've got like
I don't see that out
4 or
here.
5 of them.
Dude, no, your watch game. You always been that guy though. Like I said, that's Unc, bro. You don't.
Devin's trying to find us a good LSD trip here or something like that.
I'm trying to find
LSD popping up on the
I'm trying to find like a good visualizer that accurately represents the type of things you would see. I think this section right here is actually pretty good.
That's what you see in your head. Okay, so, you know, I remember one time I went down to Miami.
This might be a little bit exaggerated, but it's kind of like this.
Okay.
Where you'll see what's there, but you'll see more. Okay. You'll see it warping a little bit. So like this right here is on screen right now is a great example.
So when you go to these parties where people are tripping, and I went to a party, right? Me and my cousin went down to Miami. He was like, yo, cuz, let's go. I'm old school, New York. Party pack is some weed and some Henny. Me in the room, I'm like, hey, man, I'm gonna start rolling up. I want to smoke with everybody, so I'm gonna smoke with everybody.
Right.
Bang, bang, bang. Got my Henny. It was like, oh, no. And I walk in, my PI senses hit me. I'm like, oh, okay, I got a bottle of Henny. Why these motherfuckers got like 5 cases of 40-pack waters up in this motherfucker?
Oh.
For the trip.
Dude, they were like, nah. Like, no disrespect, but we're not doing that. I was like, what you mean you're not? This is fucking weed and Henny. What you talking about? This is it. That's the hood. That's the hood shit. Oh no. Put out a suitcase, click. I was like, what the whole pharmacy in that motherfucker. Yo, if you take this, you gotta drink this amount of water with this, that amount of water. I said, I'm just go ahead.
Good.
Go ahead and stick with this little thing right here. So, boom, we leave, go to the spot, get to the spot. I'm like, shit. I already have my Henny. You can't go in there with the Henny. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to the bar and get some Henny. Get to the bar, order some Henny. Henny was like $3. I was like, $3?
We give this away.
Like, what the fuck is this? $3. And then go back. I went back. I got like 3. And I was like, I'm gonna give me some water because I'm kind of thirsty.
$20.
Go get the water. The water was $16.
Yeah.
It was how much?
$16 for a bottle of water.
Hell
You
no.
It's like, what the fuck is going on?
Hell no.
That was some of that artesian.
That don't deserve an air
$16 for a
horn.
bottle of water, bro. And then after that, everybody's walking around in a daze. I felt like I was sitting there like it was like the zombie apocalypse. So I was sitting there like, what the and everybody come up to me like, oh my God, you were this and you were that. I'm sitting there like, nah, first of all, I ain't that damn cute in the first place.
Right. Don't
You
be touching on
tripping. And I ain't mean tripping. I meant tripping like, damn, you bugging.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what, like, dude, like you been there before, bro. Like if you started tripping and Rob walked in the room, what would you see? Looking at Rob.
I'd see Uncle Rob.
But my face would be like moving around. I'd be like,
Yeah. He'll be like,
Well, okay, so like, do you know how when you're sober, you're like completely dry sober and you're around a bunch of people who are drunk and it's kind of like difficult to interact with them?
the drunk people?
Yeah. When you're sober and everybody else is drunk.
Oh, it's fun. That's the funnest time I have sometimes.
know.
When everybody's drunk and I'm sober, I just look at them.
I hate it. I hate being around drunk people if I'm sober
Yeah.
because I'm not on the same level. Because our mindsets are completely
Bro,
different ways.
It is entertaining because my cousin was so drunk, man. This motherfucker got so drunk. He was like, yo, like, he was trying to talk code and Creole, but couldn't really do it right. He just stopped talking nigga. He was like, oh, shit, bro, I'm so drunk. I can't even talk code and Creole. I got to get my Creole up.
Well, my point was with asking that is it's kind of the same for me with tripping, where I don't want to be around other people who are sober while I'm tripping, because we're not gonna be looking or at the same things or thinking about the same stuff in the same way at all. It'll be very hard to like. I mean, I could do it. I could pull it off if I really like concentrate.
Right.
But it's not gonna be enjoyable.
You ever get aggressive?
No.
That's my fear.
Never happens to me. If y'all walked in and I was tripping, I don't know, I would just say what's up. You'd
be Devin.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I would be tripping and I would tell you straight up like, "Hey, I'm tripping right now." Cuz I'm always going to let you know. In case I act some kind of weird way.
You're a functional tripper.
A little bit. A little bit. I mean, I guess like I'm not the type that wants to go to like festivals or big parties and do that.
Get in the mosh pit and shit.
Nah, I'm gonna either stay my ass home, either by myself or with a small group of friends, and just do that like that. I'm not gonna like go out and do stuff tripping. No, that's not for me. I think that's too much to handle. Like it's too much sensory
input
and too much social stuff going on that I'm just not at the right level.
That might fuck your trip up.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I have been to parties tripping, but it was like it was like I was like having my own party within the party. Nobody else was feeling the same way I was feeling, so it's very different. Yeah. But if it was literally like if I'm taking what you're saying literally, and it's literally like just me here, and y'all two walk in, I don't think I would see anything different. I would just see y'all, and I'd be like, "What's up?"
Ain't that a waste of a trip though, bro?
No,
I don't know.
because I would still be feeling and thinking other things.
Man, I want to look at Rob and be like, ooh.
Yeah, I would be afraid, like, because I don't know how it's going to affect me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's even like with alcohol from night to night, day to day or whatever. You can drink one day 3 beers and be like, damn, I ain't feel anything. Drink those same 3 beers or whatever the next day, you can be like, man, I'm feeling it.
She got me today.
So that's interesting.
Definitely, because it depends on your mindset, what's on your mind, how tired you are, how much you've eaten that day. A lot of factors that go into. Because like sometimes I'll go out places and I drink twice enough to be drunk. But if the atmosphere is wrong, I can't get a buzz for nothing at all.
Bro,
I can't get a buzz at all. And my back is on the wall and
that's
I'm
weird because
it
doesn't affect me that way.
Yeah?
Alcohol. I get the same thing every time, pretty much.
No, not me.
My drunkenness, tipsiness, whatever you want to call it, is directly tied to how much I drink.
Yeah, no, because with me, like sometimes I can go to a place and I'm like, nah, I need to keep my head on a swivel. But I can drink 10 beers and never get a buzz.
But for me, I'm
the same way.
Yeah.
I also have kind of a weird, I almost want to say high tolerance, but I don't know if that's really correct, but I have a weird tolerance when it comes to alcohol. I think because of my body weight and stuff. Like I don't really drink beer very much because beer, I think it's like the hops and whatever, it gets me sick. Beer, like beer to get to the level that I want to be at, I'll end up getting sick at the same rate and throwing up and stuff. But if I have liquor, I can get to the level I want to be at without getting sick. So that's why I prefer whiskey and vodka mixed drinks and stuff like that. But it'll take me a couple of drinks to feel something. Like it'll take, like for example, that party I was at the other night I told you about. I had, red Solo cup. I had maybe half of it was vodka. It was half Smirnoff and half. What did I mix it with? I forget what they had. It wasn't Coca-Cola. It was something. I forget what it was. But it was a mixed drink. It was half vodka and half whatever. And that one drink on its own, not enough to do it for me. I had another drink. Bless you.
Bless you.
Oh, it was Red Bull. That's what it was. It was vodka and Red Bull. And then I had another drink that was Arizona Mucho Mango with, they had these 99 proof, those little like tiny
I know what you're talking
bottles.
about. The ones you buy at the gas station.
Yeah, they had a bunch of those, so I took one of those and put it in there. I had that. Those two still wasn't enough. I need to have like a few drinks to like feel like loosened up.
I'm the same way with that. But I mean, it depends because sometimes you get on and be like, damn, that first drink is I'm like, damn, I'm not feeling this.
I don't drink very often though.
It depends on who makes the drink, though.
Yeah, me neither.
I always make my own drink.
I only drink when I'm awake. That's it.
Actually, that's a lie. My roommate, sometimes I'd make him make my drink too.
So you said because of your weight, I've
I've seen big boys
Well, because it's like
Yo,
a blood.
Let
It's
me
a
tell you something. First of all,
To some degree.
body weight. Yeah.
I am famous for getting big boys to throw up. You got
Yeah. I never throw. I get sloppy
I mean,
drunk.
I ain't
don't
gonna
throw
mention
up.
your names. I ain't gonna mention your names. But
Me?
no,
Oh, I was about to say.
they know.
Who you pointing to?
Those two, because I gotta point to the camera.
Okay.
Those two knows. I ain't gonna. If I say something about them, y'all gonna know who I'm talking about. But two of the biggest motherfuckers I hang around used to talk all that shit. I'm good. I can handle my business.
Yeah.
I got the receipts.
I can handle my
I
shit.
got the receipts.
I can
to
handle my
show
shit.
Everybody throwing up.
I can handle my shit pretty well, like I said, unless it's beer, because beer will actually upset my stomach pretty bad.
Yeah.
The last 2 times I threw up from drinking were pretty extreme cases. One was beer, and it was a bunch of like Heineken and Corona and stuff.
Well, see, that's hoppy beer. That's
Right.
dry beer. Them dry
Even though I
beers.
like the taste of it better.
I don't like either one.
I like Corona. I like Blue Moon. I like
Blue Moon, the sweet stuff.
what else do I like? Heineken's all right. But I don't really drink beer often, just in general, because I prefer liquor. And then before that, the last time I threw up was I was at my friend Andres' house, and we were playing this like Spanish card game. He's Colombian. It was him, his sister, his girlfriend, and another like female friend of theirs, and then me, the only white kid who doesn't speak fluent Spanish. I speak a little bit of Spanish, but not on that level. And we were playing this card game that was kind of like one of those games that's like, it's a party game where like you draw a card and it has like a description, and then everybody at the table tries to like determine who at the table that card applies to the most. You know what I'm saying?
Almost like that. Not truth or dare. It's not truth or dare. It's not truth or drink. But I played something similar to that.
It was that concept, but it was all like Hispanic, like Latin American, like stereotypical stuff, kind of like stuff that Hispanic people growing up in America would relate to, type of things. And my self-imposed rule was, if I can't read it and I don't understand it, I'm gonna just take an extra shot, because we were taking shots throughout the game. I think I took like 13 or 14 shots of Milagra. Is it Milagra or Milagro? Milagra.
13 shots?
Yeah, in a single sitting over the course of like a couple hours.
I'm not familiar with that drink.
It's a tequila.
See, I don't like tequila.
I don't really that much
Too
either.
sweet, too much sugar.
To be honest with you, and guess what? And tequila's probably the healthiest shot you can take.
Probably.
It helps.
I
your
took something like-
digestive system. That's from what I read. And like tequila's probably the only thing. Like if I'm drinking whiskey or cognac, I could probably shoot in between. Shots in between.
So I took.
I'm a vodka guy myself.
Yeah, I like vodka. I like
The Tito's.
some whiskey.
I don't-
Tito's is my favorite vodka
Me too.
so far.
Because Tito's don't give you a hangover.
Tito's
I
is
never
just
had a
so.
hangover with Tito's.
Yeah, Tito's is nice.
Yeah, I love Tito's.
I have a drink that I make that I named Mi Tío, and it's Tito's and Mio. And Mi Tío means my uncle in Spanish.
Your mom's a dangerous bartender too.
Yes, I know.
His mom will get you tore the fuck up.
Yeah.
Mix shit up.
True.
Is she in this area? She tends somewhere in this area?
God,
You mean at the house?
She's not a bartender anymore,
thank
but
God.
she is in this area.
Murderous.
But yeah, that cards game session, we were probably playing for like a couple, 2 maybe 3 hours, and I was having those shots like back to back. Like every round, I was taking like 1 to 2 shots every single hand, every single round.
You was
of
just
the
trying
game.
to get drunk. You ain't give a damn about the answers.
Oh no, I didn't give a damn. Yeah, no, I was trying to get drunk.
Look, I got it
But-
wrong. No,
but
you
I
got it
didn't-
right. Damn it,
I-
no, I got it wrong. Damn it.
But it didn't hit me hard until I stood up.
Yeah.
Like I was feeling pretty normal, like tipsy, like drunk. I was drunk, but I wasn't. But it didn't really hit me until I stood up when we
Yeah.
finished the game. If we finish the game, put the cards away, I back up from the table and I stand up and I go, whoa, okay. And I walk outside the front door and throw up immediately out in the grass.
But you said what type of shots was it?
Tequila?
See, that anything but the sugars, that's what makes you. That's one of the main things that makes you throw up. That sugar, that sweetness in your stomach, and it sits there. That's why a lot of people used to hear, "Oh man, I was drunk." If you want to get drunk, just wake up in the morning and take another drink, and you get drunk all over again. Drinking stuff like that with that sugar, it just starts it back up.
I can't do that.
Yeah,
That's too much drinking.
I couldn't do that either.
God, man.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that.
I can't do that. I don't know how people do it.
You take a pause for the cause.
Oh yeah. Take a pause. Me and Devin to hold it down for you for a minute. Yeah.
Don't worry, I got the mic muted.
Look at that. I ain't gonna lie. I like the lapel mics. Versus, look at that. The room. It's more room. You can move. Have another guest.
Sure.
I like that. You know, I'm gonna do. It feels so much better. It feels so much better, bro. But that's just for me. That's just for me. You know what I mean? But shit. So when's the last time you tripped?
It's been a little bit. It was earlier this year. It's been a few months. I don't know exactly. I haven't like kept track really, but it's been I would say 3 months or more.
3 months? And you don't miss it?
Oh yeah, no, I want to trip.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You play your shit off so fucking smooth, though.
What do you mean?
Cause, when people want to,
Is it because I don't come off like a tweaker?
yes,
Bingo. I seem like a normal person.
Yep.
I'm a functioning drug user.
Yeah. Son of a bitch. Damn.
Well, it's because I only stick to those two drugs, pretty much, weed and acid. And I think acid is not as, like, it's not what people think it is. I don't really know how to explain it deeper than that, but people have a way harsher and more negative expectation of it than the reality.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, I don't know. See, I'm a function. Funny as hell.
Oh, carefully drop the transmitter. But yeah, I've done it a lot, like more than I can count on all my digits.
On both hands and feet.
Yeah. Because I think I first tried it when I was like 17 or 18. And I've done it pretty consistently over the years since then. I never got to the story of my best trip, my favorite trip.
What is your favorite trip?
We should come around to that when Rob comes back. That was a pretty intense. It was such a crazy night that I wrote the whole thing down, and then I even wrote a poem about it the next day.
So the thing about tripping is you remember your trips.
Yeah, for the most part. See, another thing with tripping is it kind of does fuck with not just your senses, but your sense of time. And to an extent, your recollection, because there can be moments that become hazy. Moments. I'm not saying like the whole thing is a blur, but moments of it can become hazy.
Can you get me some more coffee, please?
Some coffee.
Yeah, no sugar.
And this particular trip was so impactful though that I wrote a poem about it.
All right.
The next day, I remember it enough.
Ooh, I got a good. Okay, go ahead. Tell me about that trip. I got a good question for you. Yes. Yeah. No sugar.
It's also my favorite poem I ever wrote.
Off a trip.
Yeah, I'll show it to you later.
Bird. Okay. Cool.
I did about half.
I appreciate you, man.
No problem. Watch it is hot.
Yeah, I got it. I'm see the little blow. Yeah.
Yeah, blow it. Cool
Oh
it
shit! I
off,
see the
cool it
steam.
off.
Yeah. So
What's your
go ahead.
question?
No, go ahead. No, talk about the trip. I'm gonna answer the question. Dude,
Oh,
I'm so goddamn smart this morning.
My trip story. My favorite trip story. That one. Okay, so let me think. I was with. There were 6 of us total. I'm not gonna name names just because I don't know if they want this out there.
Of course not.
There he go again.
Well, because they're professional.
God.
They're a couple of good friends and they're professionals. I just don't know if they want their name included
Well,
on
we
this.
don't need the name. We don't need the
Yeah,
name. Unless it's absolutely positively 100% necessary.
It's really not. Their name really doesn't matter.
Maurice and Brad. All right, go
Sure,
ahead.
Maurice and Brad. Go with that.
James and them.
No,
No, Craig and them.
Craig and Neil.
Buck.
You know, from Fridays.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Craig
so
and them.
there were 6 of us, me and 2 guy friends, and then 3 females. And all 6 of us were tripping. And it was at my friend's house over off of Rosser, PSL. And we were,
Give us a street.
and it was over by, will you live in that area? So you generally know it a little bit. You know,
Walmart.
Dreyfus,
Yeah.
you know, the lake that's over
Park.
there?
Yeah, the park down there. I used to go fishing down. I still go down there. I drive my
You can fish out there?
RC cars down there. There's some small bass and stuff.
It's,
there.
they call it a park, but it's just like a strip
This
that's
what- yeah.
along the
I
lake.
didn't know you could fish out there.
Before they
Okay.
did that, it was an actual there wasn't like swings and stuff, but it wasn't before they opened it up and did what they did when they put all of the rocks and stuff out there. It was actually more of a park.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't that long, like that long cleared out area they have now. It wasn't like that before.
Okay.
Yeah, it was more of a park.
So, my friend whose house we were at lived like up the road from there. So we started at his house. We were. I remember like big moments. There's some little stuff here and there that I kind of forget of like leading up to what happened, but I'll stick to the big parts.
Okay.
So once we were feeling trippy enough, we decided to venture out at night, and it was probably like, I think we took it.
Trippy enough.
That's a true level of highness, y'all. Trippy enough.
I think we took it at midnight. We all took it about the same time.
Okay, what second?
Yeah.
I know I don't want to forget it because I'm damn near forget my last question. What's the time limit between the time you take the motherfucking mushroom or the acid and the trip hits you?
So between shrooms and acid, it might be different, but for acid, it's about 45 to an hour,
Oh, so it takes a while to
approximately.
So you guys be walking around, this motherfucker just hits you like
So
boom.
you
You're
can-
like,
Well,
oh,
it's a gradual.
shit.
It's not an immediate. It's not like an immediate thing. Like when
Yeah.
you smoke weed, it's kind of instant. It's not like that. It ramps up slowly until before you realize it, you're in it.
You see, it's like a fruity drink just sneaking up on you.
Yeah.
You know, it just
Yeah,
sits
yeah,
in
yeah.
there after 5
A good-
you're like, oh shit.
A good test, and I do this for real, and this is more than just, I didn't make this up. This is a real thing people do, is the trail test, where if you wave your hand in front of yourself and you see trails behind
Yeah,
it,
It's a wrap.
that you know
So
it's
you on that
kicking it.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
You tripping.
You're on the ride.
You on the bus.
Yeah.
You good, Rob?
I can do that all. Wait, am I looking straight ahead or am I following my hand?
You would know. Trust me.
It'll be like,
I mean, I know I'm
yo,
not on it,
no.
I'm just curious.
No, you know what I envision? You see Last Dragon, Bruce Lee Roy?
Yeah, I was like,
Something like that,
You
right?
seen Doctor Strange?
Yeah, dude, look up Last Dragon, Bruce Lee Roy.
All right.
yeah, I think that's a good example of the Last Dragon. 'Cause he's doing
Yeah.
this and his hands are getting like this
Yeah.
swirl going around behind him.
But you seen Doctor Strange?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's one of my favorite.
The scene where he meets the what's her face for the first time, and she like hits him in the chest, and
Was
he
in
like
that, church or whatever.
yeah the
that
temple,
building? Yeah,
and then he goes into that. He just
Yeah,
goes
that-
through all this shit.
yeah.
That it can be a lot like that.
You go to the final fight scene, bro.
Leroy the Master scene, Last Dragon.
The
Final fight scene?
Yeah.
This is a 9-minute video. I gotta find.
No,
you
just
got it.
move it. I'm gonna show you where it's at.
I'm looking.
He started getting beat up first, and then once he, gets his power going.
Yeah, shit. 907.
At the very end, damn.
That motherfucker Leroy say.
907. My bad. It's 908. Yeah, 907 to 908.
That's the very ending.
No, it's not the very ending.
And the video I'm looking at it is.
No.
It is though.
But hands,
We're looking at different videos, I think.
you gotta go to YouTube.
I'm on YouTube.
Go to YouTube.
You can see what I'm looking at.
It says the Last Dragon final fight. See, that's the same thing I'm watching, bro. It's
You gotta go back a little
6:35. You gotta go back a little bit. See, you almost there.
Yeah, you said 908. That's the very end of the video though.
Oh no, 6:44. My bad.
Okay.
No, not 6:44.
This?
Yeah.
That? Okay. Okay, let me back that up and show that. Hold on.
That's what you see, right?
Yeah.
That's
it.
Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like that. It really is.
It's like that, right?
It's just like that.
That's what I figured.
So once we were feeling trippy enough, we decided to go outside and go down the road to the lake. And as we're walking down there,
That's why white people always come up missing, man. They always want to go to the damn lake when they're drunk and high. Black people like,
That's where Jason been hanging out at,
I'm
bro.
going to that damn lake, man. I'm drunk as hell.
Hey, well, these weren't white people. These were all Hispanic people. I was the only white. I was the only white person.
So you were the
It was
influencer.
your idea.
Hey,
It really wasn't my idea. I
Down
wanted.
by the lake.
Actually-
I saw Freddie down there last night.
Ironically, it wasn't my idea. I wanted to stay my ass in the house.
Pedro was like, let's go. Me happy.
bro.
So we go down to the lake,
see they're
and
cool
on the
people.
walk there, I can feel it kicking in because, like kicking up a notch, and I start getting some interesting visuals because I look at the silhouette of a tree, and it's kind of like a dead tree where there's not really any leaves. It's just the branches, but all the branches are just like waving and like morphing together, and it's hard to pick out like the fine detail. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I know, like, okay, I'm like really getting into it now. We get to the lake, we're hanging out, we're just laughing, having a good time, joking around, whatever. And then here's where shit gets interesting. And this had nothing to do with the trip itself. Like, this had nothing to do with us taking substances, but it heavily impacted the experience. This random car pulls up, and we get a little nervous because, like, obviously,
Did it happen to have blue and red lights
no,
on top?
no, thankfully no.
They got Christmas colors.
Regular ass sedan pulls up.
He said regular.
Yeah, regular ass sedan pulls up, and then the guy, there's like 4 people in the car. One person gets out the back seat and then just starts like yelling. And you know how that park is, how there's like a bit of a hill,
Yeah.
and then it goes down to the lake.
Yeah.
They're on the other side of that hill, so we have to like stand up to like see over to see what's going on. But we see the guy get out the car and like yell, almost like he's like yelling to us. But we couldn't make out what he's saying. And we're just like, what the fuck? And then they manually get back in the car and skirt off. We're like, the fuck was
They
that?
do a lot of donuts in that park. Every time you go down there, you see somebody,
really?
They be trying to be like mudding.
Yeah, no, it's like rocks and stuff, but it's rocks, so they can slide, easy.
So we're like, what the fuck? And we're like, okay, let's just take a walk around the block and then just go back to the house. So we start walking, and that neighborhood is literally just like a grid, like of rectangles, of like a street, row of houses, woods, houses, street. It's just, grid. So we're going to the next street over. We get there. That same car passes by us again, like going the same direction we're going. They turn down the street that we're about to turn down. We're like, okay, let's not go that way. So we turn around and go back towards the street that our house is on. And then we see, as we're walking towards the house, we see at the very opposite end, it's like pitch dark except for like one street light at the very opposite end of the road that's parallel with ours. We get basically right up to the house. And then we see 4 silhouettes of people walking along the tree line, 2 on each side. All of us saw this at the same time. There wasn't just one of us that was like, yo, what is that? Look at that. And the other person was like, yo, I see it too. No, all of us saw this at the same time. And they're like creeping along as if they're like cat burglars, right? Like tiptoeing, like in a
Coming
cartoon.
towards you.
Yes, coming towards us.
And you unarmed.
Yes. So we
White people get missing.
well, we tell the girls to go inside, and the 3 of us start walking towards them. And then
Unarmed?
but then they disappear.
You saw Slender Man.
You know, the most important part of his story, Rob, is the fact that, first of all, he fucking remembered that shit while he was tripping.
True.
Okay? That's the pow, 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 pow. You can get a horn for that. You remember the whole story.
True.
There's more.
But if he see this shit,
There's more to it.
but if he was sober, it happened so fast.
I don't even remember what
It happened so fast.
Yeah.
It was dark. I couldn't see nothing. But Devin remembered though. Like I'm literally in the woods with him. At the park with you guys right now in your head. Like I felt like I was tripping with y'all. How do you guys keep that control in the trip group? Like,
We were
gonna trip together. How the hell is that? What's the organization like?
Our level
Trip protocols.
our level of uneasiness started going up and up the more we kept seeing these people, because at this point we're like, are they fucking with us? Like, what is going on? Because they're like, first they come to the park and they yell, then they skirt off, they do a lap, and they pass us a second time, and now they're on the upside end of the street, on the tree lines, and it's in the shadows, walking towards us. We're like, what is going on? So we're like confused and nervous.
Nervous, jump there.
So why did you guys go toward them?
Well,
They're white.
I was
Hispanic.
No, they were white that
You got
night.
T had some Chicos with him.
They were
though.
definitely white that night.
Well,
trust me.
our thought process was like, okay, we gotta confront
I'm high. I'm
or
gonna kick their asses.
or be willing to confront, because they can see the house we're going into. So either they're gonna come to us or we're gonna go to them. It's gonna be one of the two. That doesn't make full sense, but in our mind at the time,
Not at all.
that's how it was.
Well,
So
as long as you know it doesn't make sense, lesson learned.
but it ended up working out because, like I said, we sent the girls inside. The 3 of us, the 3 dudes, we start walking towards them, and as we're doing that, we only walk maybe like 20 feet, and then they disappear.
What?
Like,
Into thin air disappear
Yes.
or like running.
Yes.
Fuck out of here.
I swear to God, they just ceased.
Disappeared.
They just ceased.
You should have been like June 29th, 2023. Documenting as my last day doing acid ever.
Just walking down the street.
I literally just saw Slender Man, so I know the motherfucker's coming sooner or later. Shh. Nah.
So, and then, what's next? Then we go inside, and we kind of brush it off. We kind of just like, what the fuck was that? And we move
They
on.
get killed. This shit happen like that to us. I'm on alert the rest of the night. Shotgun right here, pistols right here, no sleep.
Knives everywhere.
Watching the
I'm ready
front
to
door.
poke something. Yeah, Rob, get the front. I got the back, bro.
Well, we had the house on
Poke it.
lockdown, so once we were inside, we locked everything, and we felt safe once we were inside.
But everybody's tripping on shit. They're taking shots of water.
For real.
Shots of
You know, I
water.
heard that they drink a lot of.
Hey, $16 for a bottle of water. We taking shots.
So we go inside and we
True.
chill. My friend's sister's bedroom had like LED like Christmas lights all around the room. So like half of us are in that room, hanging out in the dark with the lights, just enjoying the atmosphere and talking, whatever.
Right.
And then the other half are in the other room, my friend's room. I think they were like looking at art and stuff because he had a bunch of art and graffiti and stuff that his uncle had made and that he held on to in a folder. So we were just like passing around looking at stuff. This was like the lull of the trip. This was like the downtime where we were just kind of in the dark, chilling. Good time, great time, fun, enjoyable, relaxing, bonding. Then once sunrise starts to peak, starts to come up. We decide we want to go back to the lake again. And the 4 of us go. The other 2 stay back.
Sober.
Not quite. No, we're like, we're on the, past the peak. We're like on the downward portion of the trip. But we're not sober yet. We go down to the lake. We're enjoying the sunrise. We're like laying, all like 4 or 5 of us laying on a blanket. And at this moment, this is where it like changed my opinion on God. I'm so dead serious. I'm so dead serious. Like I mean that like with all sincerity.
Unc has his
Because
he had his doctor face on.
Yeah, because I'm looking.
So I'm over here. He's like, I look at God. I'm thinking.
I can feel the philosophy.
His energy and you guys are locked in. Unc is like.
So what happens is we're all laying there.
You're about to save your life.
And
Hold my coffee.
We're just all on the same wavelength, and we're all feeling the same energy pulsing through us at the same time. Like, I'm not kidding. Simultaneously, someone would say, "Did you feel that?" And I said, "Yes, I felt that at the same time." And it kept going, it kept happening. All of us would feel this wave of like vibration go through our bodies at the same time.
Word.
Yeah, like we were in sync with each other. And then
All the energies, man.
yes. And that's why that right there is what like literally changed me to like being more not religious but being more
spiritual.
yes. And or having a strong belief in some kind of binding energy, universal
Higher
energy.
power.
Yes. Because we felt this on like a crazy level. And it doesn't just explaining it doesn't do it justice.
No, I don't. And I understand what you're talking about too.
But and then during that, there's another thing I was gonna say. I'm forgetting what it is now.
He ain't high. If he was on that answer, he would remember it, right?
See what I'm saying? That's the point I was about to make earlier. That's why I was so impressed with the story.
Like, I was smelling daisies at the time, so I know I was wearing.
It was 9:59, 32 seconds.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I remember now. We
Make
were
sure you blow, don't burn your tongue.
we were all feeling this
I cooled it off already.
along with the synced up sense of energy, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
We were all, or at least I was, speaking for myself,
Okay.
I was feeling this intense, extreme, stronger than I ever felt before, sense of just straight, clean euphoria. Like peace, and like I didn't want to move. I just felt
Great.
amazing.
Yes. It's a beautiful feeling, bro.
It was an amazing feeling.
It's a beautiful feeling.
And I've never...
That's the addictive feeling I love right there. That's why I love Tai Chi and Qigong and all that. Because
Actually, one part of the story I left out from the night part when we were at the lake. We were seeing, happened to be a night when there's a meteor shower, and we saw a bunch of shooting stars. That was awesome.
So it was the perfect night to go on a trip.
It was a perfect night because in that area, there's not a ton of light pollution.
Yeah, no.
So you could actually see them, and we saw them shooting like from a long distance away, like from the horizon, going way over us. And one particular, we were all looking different directions, seeing different ones at different times all over the place.
Right.
And then we all at the same time saw one super bright one that was like every color of the rainbow that went across the sky right above us in the center.
Wow.
It was like green, yellow, blue, red, like all like super fast.
Like a rainbow?
Yeah.
Yeah. In my neighborhood, we used to call them Black Hawk helicopters because they was looking for somebody.
Oh,
That was the only thing you gonna see flying over. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, shit.
yeah, it was a beautiful night. Beautiful day
Damn.
too. It was crazy, and then I slept amazing after that too.
Oh, dude.
The sleep after an acid trip is fantastic.
And that's the same thing I say when I see. I'm glad you brought that up because I compared it to meditation. Because when I talk about meditating, people always tell me, "Damn, man, you don't sleep." I said, "Bro, 2 hours of meditation, energetically, because your body and your spirit is actually at 100% rest. When you sleep, it takes you, by the time you lay down, with all your thoughts going on, it literally, while you're laying in the bed, you ever lay down and you wake up, you wake up at you lay down at 5 o'clock and then you jump up and thinking you're late.
Yeah.
And it's like 6:10.
Yeah.
You ain't sleep that whole hour. You haven't slept that whole hour because your mind is still running.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Rob, when you meditate for 2 hours, your mind, your energy, your mind, your spirit is at rest completely. You go down, you lay down, you get up from that, and you move forward with your day. That is the best rest your body could have, actually.
I do that all the time.
Because we don't really
I don't
sleep
much
8
at all.
hours. People say I sleep. People that requires 8 hours of sleep, that means they're up, twisting and turning half of the night in their own heads, in their own mind, trying to figure shit out before they wake up for the next day. And they don't really sleep. They wake up more tired than they would if you were to meditate 2 hours with complete silence and complete energy movement through your body and unlock your chakras to make sure your body's at peace. Yeah. That's why meditating to me, like, you don't sleep. I said, bro, it's way better than sleep sometimes.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't tell you the last time I slept 8 hours. Unless I was dead sick or dead drunk.
And the only time
dead tired. Other than that, 3-4 hours at most.
That's it. The only time it gets to me is if I'm working over and over and over, and I don't really get time to put in that hour, that 2 hours.
Shut down anyway.
And then after that, you could tell. Devin, I've seen it. You could tell the energy level, the drop on it.
May or may not have happened.
For real.
On the show.
Yeah. You can tell. You can tell the energy level
on both your accounts.
Like, you can tell when I'm running and I don't have the time to stop and give myself what I need to recharge or get a little charge. Your body will tell you, oh, you think you're gonna do this show the way you want to do it? Oh, all right. Good morning and good night.
When I left here this morning, I did a little bit of running around.
Yeah.
And I, like I said, I normally can't sleep during the day. But I wasn't feeling well in the middle of last week. So a couple days during the day, I took like little naps here and there. But it's like today, everything just shut down. I was literally trying to get off. You half waking up, you're like, let me get up. And then you wake up 10 minutes later and you're like, let me get up, let me get up. But your body's like, nope, you're not going anywhere. That happened today. That happened today. And it's rare for me, but when I do it, now I'm up all night. Because if I sleep 2 hours, if I sleep 2-3 hours, I can wake up like I've been sleeping all night. Like I slept, 8-10 hours. It's just because my mind is telling me, okay, you up. Now you got to be doing something. You got to be doing something. So, my wife's like, why don't you sit your ass down somewhere? Why don't you just go get into bed? You know what I mean? But I can't,
That's why I had to meditate. I have to meditate. I have to. That's the only thing that really, that's my balance from being that guy and being me. If I don't have that balance, I have to take the time to meditate to myself, because that's one thing I've learned in a while is if you don't put that time into yourself, self-love, self-help, if you don't put that time into yourself, dog, it's gonna be done. You could want attention from anybody and everybody, but bro, at the end of the day, man, make some time for you. You have to allow it to be selfish. Most people is like, oh no, he's so selfish.
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
When I hear people tell me, yo, I go, because everybody got a way they vent. I go to the nail salon, and I applaud women for that. Because women, they will find a way to fucking self-help themselves to get through shit. And most guys are like, I don't know why she go to get, because you know what? She needs that motherfucking time away from your black ass. Or you to go get her shit done to make sure that, because at the end of the day, them going to get the hair done, I'd invest in all that shit. The nails done, that save you.
Yeah.
Because they're dealing with shit. That's their therapy, bro.
I said I was gonna try to get into. I have a friend of the family that she I don't know if you want to call it teaches meditation, but I can't use her. She's because I'm gonna be asleep the whole damn class. I can tell you that now. So meditation is something I definitely want to get into. My wife and I both we talked about it on several occasions. wanting to get more involved and really figure out, because I mean it takes studying. It's not something you just wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm going to meditate today. You know what I'm saying? It's different. So I think honestly that would be a good topic one day, especially when we have a specialist here, somebody that's well versed in it, the importance of meditation and getting in touch with your body and what your body needs as far as, unlocking those chakras and things like that can, because I mean, he can go a long way. The majority of us, a lot of our blood pressure.
Years, I can definitely help you out with
You know what I'm saying?
the Qigong system. And I urge that when I meet people and they always ask, but like seriously, I had got into a car accident a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. I had to have both knee surgeries. And I've never been.
God, you said that, but go ahead.
And I had to deal with that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And people used to always tell me like, "Oh man, damn." And I'm a runner. I love to run. And to get my knees done, I felt helpless. I was like, "Shit, man, I can't move. I can't." That's the first time the only other time I was immobilized was probably back 2000. I would say 15 or 14 when I almost tore my Achilles. Mm-hmm. But even then, I was mobilized because I was in the boot. I was still working and hunting in the boot. Mm-hmm. There was one leg. But now you're talking about scope surgery, both knees, ACL, MCL. You have to lay down for a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That took a lot of toll off. So.
You just made me think back to the last time that I was
immobilized. Yeah, that's it.
I had COVID. I had that Delta variant.
Dude, let me tell you something. I had COVID too. Dude, I thought when I couldn't do 5 push-ups, I knew that shit was real as fuck, yo. People was like, "Oh, it's just I said, you don't understand it, bro. Yeah. I couldn't do 5 push-ups. It's a problem when you come from doing almost 2,000 a day to 1,500 a day. You can't do 5. We got a problem.
Yeah, I didn't eat for, I want to say like 7 days straight, like five or 7 days. Mm-hmm. I was out of work for at least 10. I was just straight in bed doing nothing but drinking water for at least 5 of those days straight. Straight. Man. Like I lost track of time because I was just
it's crazy.
In and out of sleep.
Yeah.
Having weird dreams. I was having like COVID dreams, like where they're like.
That's it.
Yeah, they were weird.
Hold on, what's COVID dream?
I had a dream.
I had a friend use that a very similar term.
I had a
Rob,
dream.
He said he had COVID dreams, though, Rob.
Yeah.
One of the dreams was about my boss at the time, and she and I were on the moon.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Is that a trip or a dream, bro?
That was a dream.
What are you doing over there? You know what I mean?
It's not a family show. Let it all hang out.
Yeah, what y'all man, what happened, man?
I was hit.
Little moon booty?
Yeah.
No, hell no.
You got a little moon booty.
Trust me, if I did, I would say it.
Tap.
And I believe you would. I have no doubt that you would.
No, I just remember, just like the visual of me, her, and a coworker on the moon. No spacesuit or nothing.
Threesome moon booty dream.
Was she green?
She was just her.
She was just her?
Normal.
Shit.
But I didn't eat for like 5 or 7 days out of that, and my taste was weird because I tried to have like Chick-fil-A once during that trip.
Yeah.
And I had my favorite thing, which I always order, the spicy deluxe.
Ooh.
I had it.
I fuck with you.
One bite.
Polynesian sauce.
I usually do Chick-fil-A sauce, but
yeah, I do Polynesian.
One bite, couldn't eat it. It tasted wrong. Like it just tasted off. Like it tasted like it was bad.
You kill your taste buds, you know.
Did you hallucinate?
No, but I had vertigo where like I couldn't stand up. Like I couldn't go and do anything because I was stuck in bed. Not because I felt weak. I did feel fatigued, but I didn't feel so weak that I couldn't do anything. The problem was that I would stand up and my vision would go like tunnel vision, like my field of view would go super tight, and it would fuck with my equilibrium. It would upset my stomach.
Yeah,
So I immediately sat back down and laid down. I'm like, nope.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, I never shared this with nobody. When I had COVID, I ain't gonna lie, in my head, in me, with a camera, just me talking, okay? I thought I saw Jesus.
Really?
Nah.
You might have.
No, I'm gonna tell you what he looked like though. Jesus had.
He was black, wasn't he?
He looked Dominican, green eyes, and curly hair with a Spanish accent. I swear to God.
With a Spanish accent?
Yeah. Juno.
Yeah, I wonder where he found that in Jerusalem.
Like, yo, and seriously, through my COVID trip, I guess we call it COVID trip.
You saw Jesus. You ain't see Jesus.
Nah, Jesus come to the shop. He got long dreads. He's a barber.
You saw Jesus.
He's half Jamaican
bro.
and half Cuban.
Yeah.
That's my dude. But I thought, seriously, Jesus, curly fro, green eyes. He looked like he was. I think he half Dominican, bro. Yeah, I think he half Dominican. That's just me. That's what he looked like. I'm not saying maybe they had dudes out there looking like that though. They were still bronze. The Dominicans are bronze. I'm half Dominican. Dominicans are bronze.
Yeah, but it's a different kind of bronze though.
The Olympic bronze, the Olympic bronze.
That we see on the, like we see, like, oh, that's like a bronze color. Real bronze is not like a penny; it's darker. Mm-hmm. But anyway, when I had COVID, when I had I got the first vaccine. I haven't gotten one since then, and I don't know if that's what helped. But it was just like I had a stuffy nose for like 4 days, and I did lose my sense of taste for about a day and a half. That's what scared the hell out of me. I'm like, oh shit, I can't. And it dawned on me I couldn't taste or smell anything. And like, if it was super salty, I could taste the saltiness. Okay. But as far as flavors, it's generally like a peanut butter that you smell and it tastes. You can tell the taste because you smell it. And that went on for about 2.5 days. About 2.5 days. But it didn't dawn on me that it was even COVID because I was just like, I didn't have much of a cough at all, but my head was stuffed up, but I have allergies, bad allergies anyway. So I'm thinking, it's just another, and I get sinus infections at least once a year, ever since I was a kid. Mm-hmm. So I'm just attributing it to that. Mm-hmm. But then after a few days in, and the taste thing came up, the smell thing, I'm like, shit, this is fucking COVID, I believe. But by the time I realized what it was almost over, maybe another 2-3 days. It was about over.
Mine was really, really fucking intense for at least the peak middle 3 days. That was the worst. Because it was kind of like a trip for me, like the way I described the trip, where it kind of ramps up, peaks, and comes back down. That's how it was, where I left work early the morning that I knew something was wrong, because I felt dizzy, and all my body just felt tired. Like it just didn't feel right.
I was a little lethargic. I was a little tired.
I felt mentally tired and I felt physically tired.
Yeah,
and I told my boss.
Physically tired toward the end a little bit. Not super bad, but.
And this was around COVID was still like big.
Me?
Yeah. So I told my boss, like, hey, there's something wrong. I think I gotta go home. Like I immediately went and got a test for it. I think that same day. If not the same day, it was at least the next day. And positive. And stayed my happy ass home, my sick ass home. 10 days straight out, 5 days at least in bed, like could not do nothing.
See, my first time.
My taste went away, or no, it didn't go away. My taste just was fucked up. I could still taste stuff, but it just didn't taste right. And then eventually it came back, and now everything's normal. But thank God for that, because I know a lot of people have permanent taste problems.
But see, with the COVID, the age difference, like my son and my nephew both had it. My nephew, that shit gone. I'm talking about 17, 18. My son, he actually lost his sense of smell and taste for at least almost 7 months.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Every time
That's like suicide levels.
And how old is he?
He's 19 now. He was like 16, 17. And he was my taster because I don't eat seafood, but I cook seafood. So every time I cook seafood, I'm like, yo, Jay, take this for me.
Yeah.
Dad, that's good. Dad's no good. He's 7 months. Kid is, yo, I don't know, Dad. Everything tastes good to me,
bro.
I'm like, what? I can't taste, I can't smell. Like
That is
he had
absolute
it.
torture.
And with me, that motherfucker hit me. I don't know. I didn't start coming out of it. Like, first of all, I didn't need a COVID test to know it was a COVID. Mm-hmm. I already knew. If I can't do 5 push-ups, that shit's way less. With the flu, I can give you 500 a day.
I just did the test because of work. That was the only reason. I knew what it was.
Yeah. Bruh. Even when my son had it, and my nephew had it, they shook it off so bad, so quickly, because of their age. I didn't respect COVID. I was like, psh, whatever, dog. It shook you. I'm working out more than they are. I'm doing all this extra stuff. And you telling me they shook you off in like 5 days?
I
said, okay, cool. When I had that motherfucker, yo, I started getting the shakes. Not like Harlem. Everything from my toes to my motherfucking bald ass head started shaking. And me being like strong-minded, I'm like, fuck this shit. I ain't gonna let this shit beat me, man. I'm gonna just continue my fucking routine. I'm gonna get up and work out. Usually, my phone's on the floor, the alarm go off, I roll over, do my push-ups. And I rolled over, I was like, 1, 2. I couldn't move.
Yeah.
That's when I knew I'm not dealing with the cold or the flu. That C-19 done got me. I was like, oh shit, this nigga got in the house. I'm done.
But that was probably the best thing you could do, though, is keep moving, keep working out.
Oh, man, nah,
you know
I
what
tried.
I mean? Of course you couldn't do your full workout, but you know what I mean? Keep breaking the sweat. Keep moving, because what I think when people lay in bed, it gives whatever you're dealing with, whatever virus or whatever, it gives you more opportunity to like take over, basically. You know, people are like, oh, I'm tired. I don't feel like doing nothing. You just have to try to keep up and get up and keep moving. So you probably were doing the best thing you could, just by trying to stay active. But, it didn't.
That motherfucker hit me.
Like that.
Motherfucker hit me. I was done. I was done, man.
And like I said, I didn't even take a test either, because I'm like, I can't taste shit, smell nothing. It's gotta be. I mean, nothing else takes your sense of smell and taste. You know what I mean?
Yo, dang, man, we just crushed over into 10 minutes into another hour. I just want to stop. Because I try to do it every hour to tell everybody to go ahead and download the KNG TV Network 2.0 for your chance to win the free car. We're trying to get 10,000 subscribers. We're getting close.
So I'm
close.
subscribed. So is my name in the hat?
My name's in the hat. Fuck that shit, man. Yeah. I subscribe to that.
I feel like we're supposed to be.
Let me tell you, fuck that shit. I subscribed when we was $2.99. Then we're free now. So y'all get on. What?
I feel like we're supposed to be exempt.
No.
Y'all are supposed to be exempt.
Nah, fuck that. If I win the car, I'm gonna auction the car out for the 20,000.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do with it. But I'm in the hat. If you're a subscriber,
if I win the car,
I got receipts because I got my credit. I got my $2.99 credit card receipts. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna pull up and sue us. Cause, nah.
I'm gonna subscribe on multiple devices.
And increase our opportunities.
Yeah.
You should. I don't give. It's a subscription. It's a subscription.
I'm not gonna be quite as honorable as you though. If I get that shit, I'm winning. I'm keeping it.
Well, I'm driving.
I would hope
I need a new car,
man. You're gonna have to pick me up.
I'm driving that.
We're gonna have to fucking get picked up in the morning, bro. That shit.
That.
Yeah, we're gonna have to pick all of us up in the morning. No, that shit, man. Go ahead and put that on. As long as you go on every device,
Yeah.
watch and share the show.
Fact.
We good.
So if I did it on my computer, I think I might have done it on the phone. I can go on my computer and subscribe again.
I think you have to have
because you're gonna have your password.
It has to be a different account.
A different account.
A different
right?
account.
Yeah.
Like if you do one and your wife do one, it's a different account.
Okay.
I mean, and your kids do one, and then their friends do one. So you got to urge them to, all of them to subscribe so they can put their name in the hat. Because I think Simone's probably going to give me the because I want the actual car. I don't want to just put an old Nissan out there and be like, yo, we at this point. I want to use facts. So we're going to do that. We're going to put the car up and promote it and let you know where the number's at as of subscribers. So get your family members to go ahead and subscribe. You subscribe. Y'all do what you got to do. If y'all live in the same neighborhood.
I'm in there.
If you're in New York, New Jersey, because it doesn't matter where you at, because this is national. So if you're on Facebook and you out here in Haiti, you know what? You might have to pay, because we ain't going to ship the car to Haiti, that's for sure.
I'm going to hold on to it for you till you make it to the U.S.
You know what I mean? No, we'll put it on a
When you get to the States, then we'll talk, you know.
You pay the container fees and we'll ship that out to you.
I promise I'll put premium gas in it until you get here.
Rob sent that car back with 99,000 miles on it.
I thought y'all said new car. Man, look, you waited 6 months to get here, bro.
Seriously,
It's
bro.
new to you.
That's right. I wanted to keep the battery charged.
I've been at the port for 3 days waiting on your ass. I had to start driving that bitch around. Fuck that. I want to big up the Mo too, man. I want to big up Simone, man. But the king himself, dog, we got to big him up too, dog.
How many motherfuckers we fitting in this carpool?
Huh?
How many motherfuckers you trying to fit in this carpool?
In the car?
Yeah.
Shit, it was 2 in the front, 3 in the back. I mean,
It's like people say, if I win the lottery, I'm moving away. I win the car, I'm moving Palm Beach. Nobody's gonna be on my route here. You know what I'm saying?
yo, man, where you going? No,
that's
I'm
too
going
far out
to
of
go
the
ahead.
way,
I'm
bro.
jumping on
That's too far out
95.
of the
I'm
way.
not.
That's too far out of the
I ain't doing US 1 today. I'm just go ahead and stay on 95 today, bro.
What they say? You live too far, man. You live too far.
It's like yesterday, I walked somebody through the jail, bonded them out. When I picked him up, another dude gets out. He's out there. He's like, hey. He's like, yo, King. Da, 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 da. And why people think they can get away with saying anything to you because they call you King?
Or chief.
Yeah.
Or jefe.
Yeah.
Or bro.
Yeah.
Hey, brother.
That's supposed
brother.
to disarm you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, King, man. I see you with the shawl on. I respect that. Hey, but you know, dude, literally, bro, getting out of jail. It's like, I'm about to hit the strip club. You think the way you can drop me off at the bourgeois. And by the way, like it's regular conversation. You got 20 Viagra's? I'm like, what?
25?
Dude, I said, what you doing with 20 Viagra's?
What are you trying to do? Commit suicide?
For him and 19 of his best buddies.
Lord have mercy. Like, you trying to commit
The
suicide.
fingers, everything gonna be hard. That bitch gonna be walking around like
Yeah.
this.
Ay, ay.
Tongue hard, everything.
Oh. Sometimes you gotta question that
You gonna
shit
be able
though.
to bend this
I'm sitting there like,
fucking
I'm sitting there like, damn, St. Lucie County just let this motherfucker out of jail.
Everything gonna be hard. He ain't gonna be able
What
to,
fucked me up the most, I'm like, they just let this nigga out of jail.
boy.
Lord have mercy. He's
He
in the
ready to
like
tear up
he's
the world.
like he's in the streets. I kind of felt like it was a public.
He's out there among
He's
us.
out. Yeah, bro. That's,
Beware.
You know.
Beware,
besides
Mr.
that,
20 Viagra.
right, besides that,
That motherfucker walking around Walmart with sweats on like this.
Yeah.
great one.
How old you say you is, girl?
Bro,
Oh, hell no.
ain't gonna lie. The scariest thing besides that is going to a motherfucking. When I took my mom's to the eye doctor, you know, my mom was like in her 70s. And it's not taking that. It's sitting in the lobby, and the stories these old folks have. I can't believe it. I can't see shit. I don't know. I'm sitting here like I gotta get in the road with these motherfuckers, yo. She's like, I couldn't see the stop sign. I remember the first day my mom came home with a ticket. She was like, I got a speed ticket. I'm like, Mom, ain't no way in hell. Cause we lived in Jersey.
Got a slow ticket.
We lived in Jersey. Dude, we on the Parkway going to Atlantic City. This lady's doing 40 miles an hour on the Parkway. Everybody, she's like, I don't know why they're looking at me like that. I'm like, because we could walk to Atlantic City and get there quicker than the fuck you get there. That lady never spent a day in her life. So when I'm like, Mom, what the fuck you doing getting a speed ticket? I was in the school. I said that, and it made sense then. I'm like,
Yeah,
he was in the school zone doing too much because you don't do no more than 35.
She ain't seen the signs.
20,
Exactly.
Yeah.
I paid the ticket. I was like, you can have that. I got you, man. Because at least you look gangster. From the hood.
She
You get
thugged out going
yeah,
through the school
yo,
zone
you
like,
get some street cred,
out
man.
the
Mom
way,
Dukes got some street
move.
cred,
Get
yo.
out the way. Get out the way.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. I was like, what the hell?
My mom, she's 84 now. And she's got a nice little Toyota Camry or whatever. Only a few years old. The car sits in the garage so much the damn battery died.
Oh, shit.
And she jumped in the car thinking she got car trouble. I just spoke to her about 2-3
The
days
car
ago.
just old, man.
She was like, "God, the car is only like 2-3 years old, maybe 4 years old." And she's like, "I thought I had car trouble the other day, but my brother-in-law went over there, did the jump off or whatever, took it, and they was like, nah, battery just died from just sitting there." Because she'll go to like church once a week and Walmart once or twice a week.
So she got like, what 3,000 miles, 3 miles on the car?
Probably. Something like that.
If people don't get it, the cars are made to be ridden. The more you ride the car, the healthier the car is.
Yeah, and that's what she said. They asked her what was wrong with it. They said, it needs to be driven. That's what's wrong with it. It needs to be driven.
Like, it's 2015.
Yeah.
You had the car in 2010. You got 4 miles on the car. Boom.
Yep.
The church is down the street.
There's about 5 minutes to church and about 5 minutes to Walmart.
They ain't going too far.
And maybe 5 minutes to her doctor. That's every blue moon. Yeah, they're funny. They are funny.
That shit is fucking crazy though. But shit. So we spent the whole episode talking about Devin and his trips. Like he made this into a whole okay.
Yep.
Since we did that, because we gotta close it out on that note.
Okay.
Since we did
You have more
that.
questions for me?
Yeah, but Dev, because you talked about the trip. And I need to know.
How do we get Devin some help? No, I'm just kidding.
No, that's the thing.
Get
though.
me some more acid.
How does Devin get other people
Get me
help?
high.
Because not many people gonna talk about like the trip. The way he
Everybody
does,
can't handle it.
He's so
Everybody
comfortable.
can't handle
He's so comfortable in his skin.
He was actually a little excited about talking about it.
I know.
You
That's
know, I
crazy,
saw his eyes lit.
I ain't gonna lie. Dev is the type of motherfucker that'll make you want to try the shit. Like, hey man, it's all right, dog. It's okay. Look at me. I'm good. I'll be sitting like, yeah, he is.
Wonderful
okay.
shit I ever tried in my life. You know? I was watching the meteor shower and I was like, I actually got aroused.
We all three of us be on the show on mushrooms.
I will say, sex
See,
on acid is
see,
amazing.
See, I knew it was. I knew
It really is.
I knew it was coming.
Sex on acid is a whole
knew
is
it.
a
I was
different.
gonna go there.
Were you?
Yeah,
All right.
bro.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna
I
ask
thought
you
he was gonna bring it
intimately.
up, so I was kinda letting it.
Where does it take you?
Wherever you want to go.
This coffee's too hot.
So
So I actually, I hooked up with a girl one time. We were
Okay.
both tripping.
Okay.
This is right out of high school. I had just moved, or a few months, like just a couple of months, just moved into my first place by myself, and I had a girl over, and we decided to take it together. She showed me a movie that I'd never seen. I didn't really give a shit about it, really. And then we start hooking up, and the trip starts getting kind of more ramping up as we're getting into it. And then we both, at the same kind of moment, realize that our minds, like our body is in sex mode, but our mind isn't, if that makes sense. So we both...
Wait. You
So-
can't just walk right past that. Yo, what?
Our body was still in sex mode, but our mind was kind of like trailing off. Like we weren't really in the moment.
Hold on for a second. Let me consult my faculty.
Yeah.
He said his body was in sex mode. His mind was
Because like, so I still felt aroused. We were still like,
Sir,
we were still having like physically.
I understand. I'm consulting with counsel right now. If you just give us a minute.
Oh, shut up. All right, yeah.
If you give us a minute.
Yeah.
To get his professional. That's why he's on the show. His professional input.
I think we need to ask more questions to get more insight on exactly what he. Your mind.
If they're not aligned, how they get to be aligned? He was aroused and not aroused. Okay. So ask more questions.
The panel has a question.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in front of Congress right now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You know how they do. So if your body is into it and your mind is not, the arousal comes from the mind.
It's a combo.
So, no, it's strictly from the mind. Your
I don't think so.
what are your sensory receptors tied to?
The brain,
Exactly.
but the sensation is still the body.
That is only comes from the mind.
Sure,
The mind controls all of that.
but there's a lot of a lot
But
of.
you're saying the brain controls that, but you're saying that your mind was somewhere else. That was some good shit,
Yeah, there's some good pussy
so
too.
to speak. Uh-oh. Is
So
there such thing as bad pussy?
yes, yeah, I've had that too.
No, bad sex.
it-
Not bad pussy.
You know, if you got good dick, it's never bad. Go ahead. Oh.
Ooh,
know.
cold-blooded.
Oh.
I don't know. I beg to differ. Yeah.
You got lazy pussy, but not bad pussy.
Okay. Yeah.
Bad sex, not bad pussy.
Yeah. So
Bumbleclad.
we're going at it, but we both decide that we're kind of like, let's rain check this. Basically, let's come back to this in an hour and see how we feel. We were both like physically into it, but like mentally, we were just like, we were like listening to the movie in the background and like laughing, and like we were like having a conversation at the same time that had nothing to do with what we were physically doing, and it was just like it kind of like changed the mood, and so we were like, let's just stop. So we just stopped for a while, and we just like cuddled and like we were still like intimate but not having sex. Yeah.
What the hell is that shit? I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
So we were. I like me a good cuddle. What you mean?
No, cuddling ain't bad with the right person and the right energy.
Yeah.
When you cuddle, your energy's got to match. You can't cuddle with bad energy.
Oh no, our energy is still matched.
Yeah, okay.
It just wasn't sexual energy at that moment. It started out that way and then shifted, but then we hung out a while and then we went back to it and then we carried it through.
Still tripping.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that shit was crazy. Oh my God.
Wow.
I can't even say other than
See, so it's like, I mean, I guess it's like any other drug, but I've never met an acid dealer before.
do you remember how I said it heightens your senses like crazy?
Yeah, yeah.
Imagine that, but you're coming at the same time. It's like that. And
Damn.
it's you're
You got to rewind that. What'd you say?
remember how I said
Always make him want to say it backwards.
remember how I said acid will really heighten your senses.
Right.
Imagine that plus you're coming.
That's some sensitive ass shit. Right
It was
there.
crazy. Well, not just the finish line part, but even throughout the whole thing, it was very intense. It was very like another cliche word. Like people use the word magical. It was magical.
July type
This
shit.
is all like unicorns and fairy dust and
Yeah,
shit flying
yeah.
around.
It felt some kind of way. It was different.
You're supposed to be married right now. She must have had a bad attitude. She must have stunk.
Nah,
Hygiene's bad. What's going on with her? What's wrong? Why you not together?
nah.
If that was magical, you could talk about it.
Something,
Oh, 'cause you don't wanna
just
blow her up.
ain't Right.
I'll tell you another time.
Why they always trying to dodge the bullet on Real Talk with Jay? Stop trying to dodge the bullet.
Damn secret.
Gotta go straight to the fight. You know, we're gonna work on him on that though. We're gonna work on Devin on that, man. He's not lost yet.
He needs some more coffee.
I think he needs some more coffee.
And a tad.
We ain't putting no cream and sugar in that
coffee
shit. We're gonna
and
give it to him
tab,
straight
he
black. Straight black coffee.
No, well, really, the thing was that we were like friends with benefits. It wasn't like a relationship.
Go to Edna.
Huh?
Edna.
The fuck does that mean? What?
That's benefits.
Oh. No, yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I should say yes or no to that.
What's the coverage on that? You know what I mean?
We would, like, yeah, I would just, I had a car, she didn't. I had a place, she didn't. I'd pick her up. Go back to my house, smoke, hang out, do acid. She'd spend the night, and we would just do our thing. It wasn't anything serious.
You said it was fucking shooting stars 4th of July.
Oh, it was.
Shit.
It was.
It's not serious though.
Anytime a motherfucker
It was
see
mostly-
Them
unicorns,
shits don't come often.
It was mostly the acid doing that.
No. Oh, it was the acid. So you don't give yourself any credit.
and she didn't bring any unicorns with her. You saying the acid just strictly
Well, I mean-
made the unicorns manifest.
Our energies matched in that moment, so there's a little bit of both of us too. But the trip definitely, brought it to a different level, huh?
It just put you guys on a. It was just just
Yeah.
like Titans, Hercules, and Zeus
Yeah.
up in that motherfucker.
Like a what's that?
Like definitely had
Marvel.
a.
Is it Marvel? Who was the End Game? The one with
Endgame, that's
Thanos
Marvel.
and all
That's
that.
Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Marvel.
Marvel. You know, like when they're in midair and they're fighting, they just
Yeah.
like flying each other.
No, I think
Knock
about
this
it
one over
here.
there, knock
I'll
this one
pull up
over
a
there.
clip.
Definitely had a cape on with a six pack.
I sure hope he didn't have no cape on though. I really hope he did not have a cape on.
All the Marvels had a cape,
I don't
bro.
want
Like, I
that-
don't
that
understand it.
vision.
Like,
Yeah.
they get like I can see Devin as Thor.
Okay, just like slinging his hammer. Get it?
That Hebrew hammer, yes, sir.
Yeah.
It was like this. This is what it felt like.
Acid. Oh shit.
Ooh, that was it though. That's the trip. Oh,
It was that too.
Shit.
That too.
That's Marvel. That's who it was. Ah.
Okay, I can't show too much of that, or else we get copyright strike.
Yeah. Do
but
it. 5
you,
seconds.
you get
bro.
the gist.
5 seconds.
You get
yeah,
the gist.
I got you.
You know they big on
We
that.
ain't trying to
shit.
pay. Yeah, we ain't trying to pay that. We
big
ain't trying to
movies.
pay that big.
It was very intense, and it was great. And I've been chasing that dragon ever since.
You been?
Nah, because I haven't had the opportunity to have sex on acid since then.
Damn.
So I've been trying.
So you still talk to her?
Nah.
What happened?
I moved away. And we just had very different life paths, I guess you could say. So it was not something we were trying to make work. It was just we were
But
friends.
Y'all was in a galaxy together though, bro.
Yeah. We were out on
You
Andromeda.
took a trip together without paying for it.
Yeah. Well, I paid for the drugs.
No, but the trip was out there.
You know, that's another question. What are like the prices on acid?
Dirt cheap. Super cheap.
Allegedly.
No, very cheap. Just hard to find sometimes.
So like, okay, can you buy like just one tab?
Yes,
or do
you
have
can.
So like one tab is like
$10.
$10.
Yeah.
And
10 to
that's-
15.
And that's like a
It's kind of like weed, and like the more you get in quantity wise, the less they'll charge type of thing. So usually it's tabs.
you buy it in bulk, you get
Yeah,
a
yeah.
discount.
So like individual tabs are usually 10 a pop. If you're getting a bigger quantity, like the equivalent of like an ounce of weed would be a sheet of acid, and that's 100 tabs, 10 by 10 square. And then bigger than that is like I think a book. I think is what it's called or
Yeah, it's
something.
called a book.
And I don't even know how many things. I think it's like 1,000 sheets or something like that, or 100 sheets, something like that. I've never gotten anywhere near that quantity. I don't know. But
This one, hey man, what you want for that book?
Yeah.
a sheet could be anywhere from like 300 to 500, depending on who you're getting it from, where you're getting it from, when you're getting it.
So
It could vary.
So the high from one tab lasts like how long?
If
Roughly.
if we're assuming that it's an average dose, which is about 100 micrograms, 100 to 200, then one tab at 100 micrograms, that would be a good night. That'd be an 8-hour experience.
Really?
Yeah.
So for $10 you can trip for 8 hours.
Yep.
Dang.
Yep.
Now, with that being said,
I usually take like 3 or 4 tabs though.
Nigga, what the fuck?
Like the one that I told you about,
Shit.
the story I was telling earlier, I took 600 micrograms. So I took 4 150 microgram tabs.
So that's the night you saw people walking in the shadows.
Yeah. Yeah. And
See how
shooting
it come back full
stars.
circle, right? Rob, see how it come
Right.
back full circle?
We all saw that though.
That's when the four horsemen.
Well,
was
first of
following.
all, it's only you talking. We ain't speaking. It's alleged.
We all saw that, and I was the only one that took that much. I took way more than they did.
But that's
'Cause-
when the four horsemen will follow you all around Port St. Lucie, right?
They coming to get us.
Like clapping his. We're coming to get you.
My friend later on, he felt like he put two and two together, and he thinks he knows who those people were, and there were some people from around the corner that like
Yeah,
are a rowdy bunch.
those were acid people. They only
They
exist
call the acid.
during that acid trip.
The acid fuck.
Kind of like the
process.
Hat Man,
Those were acid holes.
Benadryl Hat Man.
Those were not some acid holes that live in the neighborhood. Those were acid people.
I'm looking for an acid hole.
You think you're gonna trip? All right, we're gonna fix your trip.
Yeah, you're gonna
We're
blow
gonna
that
make
out.
sure you see some shit
Have a
tonight.
nice trip. See you next fall.
God damn. Wow. Holy
Really?
shit.
What's up?
Damn. So, with that being said,
We're at 2:30.
no, we got like 26 left to go.
All right.
I'm watching. But with that being said, what would you advise? We gotta clean it up a little bit. Would you advise our youth to try
Hell,
the psychedelics you have
Hell
tried,
no.
and why not? What's the negative effects of that?
It is definitely a person-to-person basis. Broadly speaking, I would say it's something that I think everybody should try at least once in their life, just to see what it's like for themselves, to see how it hits them. But on a person-to-person basis, I wouldn't just say, "Oh, here, try this, do this." No, I wouldn't push it on people like that, because, like I said before, people who are really like mentally unstable or have like mental illness or depression, things like that, probably not a good idea.
So nobody's allowed to use it.
here on King Radio, we don't promote the use of any illegal or illicit drugs or alcohol or mood-modifying substances.
But if you're I'm not, my opinions are my own. Not speaking on behalf of King Radio or KNG Network. Speaking on behalf of Devon Network. Ghost on the Ox Productions. Ghost on the Ox Media, I should say. I say, yeah, people should give it a shot.
12 gauge shot gun. But this, like, I was struggling to find topic, and this was really, in a sense, educational.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the thing is, when it comes to substance abuse and weed, crack, coke, the reason I like this platform, Rob, is simply because of these conversations, because these are real conversations that your kids need to hear, that you as a parent need to have those same conversations with your kids when it comes to these psychedelics, weed, and drugs. You need to be more comfortable.
Oh, and for the record, I didn't do this stuff behind my mom's back.
See?
My mom was fully aware. Like she like knew what I was up to.
No. See, my son smoked weed, but he's so controlled with it. Ever since he was 16, he was honest with me and his mother
Yeah.
on his intentions and what he wanted to do. And then at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do about it. But actually,
They're gonna use it or try it. They gonna
yeah,
use it
they're
or
gonna
try
do it.
it.
At least know what they're doing, when they're doing it, where they're doing it. Make sure it's a safe environment. That way, if it is an experience, they go right through it. If it's not an experience, then it is what it is. They have to deal with it, because at the end of the day, it's their choice. So your choice is your choice. But what we're telling you is, you have to have all the facts if you're gonna be doing acid, if you're gonna be doing coke, if you're gonna be doing weed, if you're gonna do any kind of drugs in this damn world, do your research.
Yeah, yeah.
Know the pros and the cons, the good and the bad. Like Devin said, it's not about everybody. You notice he didn't generalize everybody. He always said when it came to him and his experience with that certain particular item, that was his reaction to it. But other people's reactions, mental state, and all that plays into the outcome of you trying and using and abusing all this stuff. And that's what I want y'all to get from this conversation. It is not a conversation trying to empower the use of those items. It's a conversation of having a conversation about it.
Another thing I'll say is this is slightly counter to what I said before, but one thing that's been coming up more and more recently is therapy with psilocybin, treating stuff like PTSD.
Yeah.
And I've heard people have really good results from that.
No, and the thing is too, what I didn't
And ketamine too.
And I'll be honest with you, when I heard about mushrooms and stuff like that, one thing, that's why it's always beautiful to have a conversation though. Seriously, Dev. Like, you open my eyes to a lot of things with those psychedelics. Because what he said that was important was he got a chance to deal with the issues he was dealing with within himself, which I didn't know. Because like when you...
Do you remember back in the day when you had to defragment your hard drive on your computer?
Yes. Yeah.
That's how I look at it. It's like that therapeutic sense of having to deal with the shit in my brain.
You can't run from it.
It's like that. It's gonna be there.
It boxes you in, so you got to deal with it.
Yeah.
I never even thought about it that way, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because that's what meditation does for me. It put me in a box to where whatever it is I'm dealing with, no matter what I try to meditate on, it brings me back to what I need to deal with, and I have to find a way. Even if it takes me 2 weeks, I'm battling the same demons in my mind and my spirit until I can find a way in that simulation that's in my mind and in my spirit to move past that demon. I will never, ever, ever. Sometimes you have to lose or sacrifice something big to get past that demon.
Well, I mean, speaking of demons, I mean, when you say demon right out of the gate, you know that you're not dealing with something simple or easy.
And first of all, Rob, I'm gonna stop you right here. When I say demon, I don't mean a demon. I mean that other side of you.
Yeah, your vices, those things that can control you if you're not careful.
It is you.
And that's what I was saying. When you're dealing with something that's in you, it's intrinsically, it's a part of your personality, it's like a part of your DNA.
Right.
Those things those are always the hardest things to get over. Those are always the hardest habits to break, the hardest vices to say, you know what, I can live without this now. You know what I mean? Or I have control of this thing now. And what you see with every drug addict out there, that's why one of the main concepts in rehab, they're not going to get better until they decide they're done.
That's right.
So a lot of times it takes a tragic or a major incident or a life-changing situation to make
Wake
them
up
say,
call.
yeah, they get that slap in the face. It's like, oh, if I don't stop, I'm dying.
That's right.
Or my kids are going to die. I'm going to lose my wife, or I'm going to lose my family, or whatever the case may be. For some of us, it takes that life-altering situation for us to say, okay, you know what? God, I get it. You know what I mean? I'm going to chill with this. I can let this thing go now. I can stop doing whatever this particular thing is. So to be able to, but that's, everybody can't, some people can, like Devin said, I can take it or leave it.
Yep.
I use it recreationally or whatever, so I can take it or leave it. But a lot of people can't do that. And for anybody that can't, honestly, I do promote going to get help, talking to somebody, going to get real counseling, not this overnight from these quacks that just say, you know what, you take this pill, then it'll fix you.
It'll fix you, yeah. It'll make you sleep better.
Yeah, if a therapist or psychologist or whatever, if their first solution to you is take a pill,
Another pill, right?
That's my problem.
You got to talk to another therapist.
Right,
Get a
right.
second opinion.
Right. Run. They're gonna get you hooked on whatever they selling.
Ambien. My daughter tried to tell me, oh man, take these 2. I'm like, I'm not taking these damn things, man. I need to talk this shit through. I want to, like with me, I have to feel I have to go through the process. Like I have to feel the pain. All you gotta do is like when I went to 3 shrinks out here, y'all told me something. I'm like, yeah. I said, did you lose anybody the way I lost my daughter? Mm-hmm. No. They wanted, with all due respect, they're not the one to treat.
Yeah.
How can you make me better? You haven't been through half of what I'm going through right now. You worried about my childhood. I'm worried about my right now. So, no. And the best advice I had the whole time that shit happened was, we have breakfast at 8, we meditate at 6. Whenever you're ready, you let us know. And that was it. And when I was ready, I was like, all right, I'm ready. Chinese dude, like seriously, just simple. They had to pay him. They didn't have to take no drugs. Give you your space to work on yourself. Meditate. Do what you gotta do. Then when you felt you was ready, you're 100% right. I was ready. Simple. Sometimes, because everything we need to heal, everything we need to adapt, everything we need to adjust, we have to. What do you think everything around us is built the way we think and the way we are? Video games, you got to unlock different levels. That's your brain. We have to be able to give ourselves the time and power and training within ourselves to be able to, we so busy trying to fit it. And that's what we getting fucked over with, is they put all this shit in front of us to actually distract us from learning who we really are as a person.
Yeah.
We so worried about what everybody else is doing and thinking. We're moving IG speed. I call it IG speed, or internet speed, and we forgetting to stop and think. Who the fuck am I?
Yeah, and I think I mentioned that a little bit earlier. I mean, in the other session the other day, the morning.
Yeah.
They,
That was smooth.
but
No, it wasn't.
yes, it was. It's pretty dang. Damn it, I'm gonna say smooth. But you bringing attention to it. But we're all trying to figure out who we are. And it doesn't even matter the age, because I mean, you see, it used to be like teenage kids, 20-year-olds, or maybe up into going into 30. Like, oh, they don't really know who they are. They're trying to figure out who they are. But then people in their 40s, you felt like, okay, they got it figured out. But that's not the case anymore.
Sir.
And we're in our 40s and 50s and 60s and some even older, still trying to figure out who we are exactly. And then we allow the media it's like we talked about the marketing, those subliminal messages.
Yes.
They keep shooting it out, and we're like, oh, that looks kind of cool. But if enough people do it, now it's cool.
Yeah.
But you can see something that looks kind of cool, and then you don't see it anymore, or all of a sudden everybody comes out speaking against it.
Yes.
I use this guy as an example sometimes. Vanilla Ice. When he came out with his song, Ice Baby,
yes.
Everybody in the world was bumping that song.
Yes.
Everybody. But then when rappers started coming out saying, oh man, that white boy is whack, and that's corny, this, that, and third, all of a sudden he became this joke. And I don't give a damn what nobody says. Everybody was digging that song when it came out.
Because everybody. What they was mad about was the fact that it wasn't about him. He was dope. And believe it or not, like, he's still a good dude. He owns a construction company out here. Does a lot of work out here.
Yeah, he lives
what I mean?
out of West Palm.
And in Port St. Lucie too. He got owns homes in Port St. Lucie. So Vanilla Ice to me, and him and MC Hammer, I feel bad for because they got the shorter end of the stick. Because everything they did in the game, that's what everybody's doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody hate on Hammer for doing the KFC commercial. Oh, he went commercial. He's a sellout. He's this, that, and the other. Everybody's
Now
doing
everybody wants a freaking Sprite commercial.
Popeyes, Sprite, Mountain Dew, everything. I wasn't a fucking commercial with Busta Rhymes with a Mountain Dew commercial. I'm like, yo, so you sat there and disrespected that man because he did a commercial. Vanilla Ice, yes, he went platinum. Because guess what? What he did, he brought, and people don't understand what Vanilla Ice did for the rap game. He brought the white audience to the hip hop audience. Mm-hmm. So with him coming out with Ice Ice Baby and stuff
like Eminem?
as he did, yes. But guess what though? Vanilla Ice set the platform up for Eminem to be able to be Eminem.
20 years before
Eminem did it.
Before Eminem even
yes.
came
I
on
just
the scene.
meant.
So
It was similar.
Actually, Third Base had done it before. Third Base and the Beastie Boys had done it before.
And Third Base was
Ice.
in the same era with Vanilla Ice. Because probably
Well,
2
they
years
came in
before Vanilla
before.
Ice
They
came
came
out.
out before
2 years
Ice.
because they gave him the gas face.
Yeah.
Because Third Base in them, which was, I mean, I like MC Search in them. MC Search actually did a lot for the game, though.
MC Search was good. His partner was all right, but Search was
Search,
the man in that.
Search is probably one of the reasons why we're hearing Big Daddy Kane right now. He's the one that orchestrated Big Daddy Kane's deal. You know what I mean, so we wouldn't probably know a Big Daddy Kane if it wasn't for MC Search on a national platform. I would say because that Big Daddy Kane was going to do what he's got to do. But like those guys to me, they need their flowers and a fucking apology from the rap game. Like from all the brothers that dissed them boys.
Yeah, they tried to diss Hammer, but Hammer was killing it.
Dude,
Nobody could couldn't touch that.
And the funny thing about Hammer was in Oakland. Yeah, fuck all that dancing shit. Hammer had some numbers out there. Yeah, but you come to Oakland, and Hammer will walk up on you. You know how many rappers he done checked already for disrespecting?
Yeah, I didn't know.
You know, for me, the only thing that I hate about, like, I don't mind people securing the bag, going commercial, doing ads and that kind of stuff, being a spokesperson, all that. What I don't like and what I vow to never do myself, no matter what point I'm at, is I'm never gonna do. I never ever will do, and if I ever do, I want y'all to shoot me. I will not ever do ads for shit that I don't like or don't care about.
Yeah, it's got to mean something.
It's got to mean something.
Gotta be something close.
It's got to at least be a product that I use.
Yes, indeed.
Or
you
whatever.
will use what you get the education on it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because, like, example, this is a very internet-specific example, but on YouTube, a big company that shills out so much money for advertising is this game, mobile game.
The one where the barrels are rolling towards you.
No, that's something else. Raid Shadow Legends is an MMO, like, I don't even know what kind of game it is really, but it's very soulless. And it's one of those definitely like money grab type games where they want you to buy stuff in game and all that. But they pay YouTubers so much money to advertise such a bullshit game that nobody plays. Mm-hmm. I've never met.
What is it called?
Raid Shadow Legends.
And I gotta do my research.
Well, like so many YouTubers do ads for them, and you know what? I can't be too mad at them because I know they're paying them a lot. Like in the
Raid Shadow Hunters,
Raid Shadow Legends.
Shadow Legends.
It's a mobile game. I just know that type of thing that is like so soulless and corporate and just like empty, and like I would never take their money. Just out of principle, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't advertise.
I don't think I've seen that one before.
I've never seen this before.
It's big.
Yeah?
Trust me, yeah. Well, it's big in terms of ads. I don't know how big of a actual legitimate user base there is. Because like I said, I've never met a single person who actually plays it. But they somehow have a ton of money for advertising. Because there's some YouTubers who have said, like, they offered me 50 grand. They offered me 100 grand.
When shit like this happen, the powers to be, bro.
That's that advertisement that gets you to do shit that
Yes.
you normally wouldn't do.
Yes. Where do you think all that money's coming from? From like I have never heard Rate of Shadows, and all of a sudden they have all this money to be giving people. Think about that though.
Now you're gonna keep seeing ads for it.
Yep, you looked it up.
Damn. Damn.
Sucker. That's that advertisement. That's that advertisement at work.
Damn it.
Nah, this is an anti-ad because I'm talking shit about
And
him.
then you're gonna be getting James. And we heard you were interested in Raid Shadow Legends.
And my dumb ass probably get drunk and shit and be like, oh, I heard Devin talk about it. Register right now. Next thing you know, I'm stuck. Shit.
Yeah, like there's so many there's so many services and products in like that get advertised on YouTube that kind of there's like cycles where like this one brand I'm trying to think of a good example. Like Dollar Shave Club went heavy on online YouTube ads. Harry's, another like shave company. I can't think of any off the top of my head right now. Raid Shadow Legends was a big one. There's a bunch, but there's Raycon earbuds.
Raycon, yeah.
They're big too on advertising, and I've heard from people who review, people who know what they're talking about.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
I've heard bad things.
They suck.
Yeah, I've heard bad things.
Oh, the headphones?
Yeah. Ray J's joints. Them shits suck.
Oh, that's who.
Yeah, Raycon is Ray J's joints.
Yeah,
Them shits, they're like $5 earbuds, bro.
but they got so much money for advertising somehow.
Yeah.
Fuck, the shit suck, bro.
And that's the type of shit
I
that
was-
pisses me off.
I was
Like,
one of the dummies that bought them when it first came out for $19.99, bro.
hey, at least you only spent $19.99.
Well, see, that's when they got you. They like, you know what? We're going to tie this has-been celebrity's name to these things. It's $19.99.
Bro.
And he'll get on there and lie. He don't give
And
a
the funny
damn,
thing is,
you
dude,
know?
I got a pair of Beats, right?
I think Beats are overrated too.
No. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, I respect Beats. They came with the 2.
Yeah, I respect them, but there's a lot of companies out there that are killing them sound quality.
I ain't gonna lie.
Hardin Carmen. There's tons and tons of them out there. Even some of the cheaper ones, actually.
I love Harman. Love Harman. But
I also don't like headphones that go on your ear instead of around your ear.
no, see,
That is
the
uncomfortable
Beats,
to
the
me.
Beats ones goes like in your ear, and it got the little piece that goes behind the
Oh,
loop.
you're talking about the buds.
The buds.
I was talking about the overhead,
Oh,
like
no.
actual headphones.
No, I'm talking about the buds.
I feel like Beats headphones are overrated.
Oh no,
They're overpriced.
I can't. I like being in the studio is probably the only time you're gonna catch me with headphones on like these. Other than that,
These
the
aren't
buds,
even that great headphones.
Other than that, is the buds. Like I can't. Like I don't know how people play basketball and run around and work out
My
with.
son,
Oh no, with these kind of headphones, yeah,
Yeah,
no, me
I
neither.
can't.
I wear these when I'm editing, when I'm doing this, recording,
I mean, it's
when
good
I'm
enough
working on
for
music.
this. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
not
yeah.
just looking for detail in music
Yeah.
and stuff like that. My son has a pair of those
I mean, looking like
not
Dumbo out this
ear pods. The new
AirPods,
Yeah,
ear pods. Now they've gone back to the big ones.
yeah,
like
they
this.
have. Yeah.
AirPod Max. I
I
think.
think they call. I think he said they call because I know the smaller ones were the AirPods, and I think they're calling the big ones earpods. So anyways, the big ones.
Yeah.
Like it's back like this.
He's searching
now.
that shit too. I
Yeah.
love having this over here because goddamn it, you can see what he's
Yeah.
doing. Love it. Shit, we down to about 4 minutes to go, man.
AirPods Max.
Yeah, Max.
See,
that.
like those, I can't
That's
fuck
what
with
you got.
those.
Also overrated.
Yeah, man, I can't fuck with those.
You think
Yeah, no.
so?
Yeah.
Yes, I
and
think so.
you know, Apple also owns Beats.
Yes. Yeah,
Both are overrated.
Well,
Dre,
they
Dre
had
sold
to-
it to him for billions.
Yeah, they had to.
And good for him for doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They had to.
That's
to
how he
get rid of
became a
the
billionaire.
Yeah.
They had to get rid of the competition.
That's
you know?
right. That's
But
right.
there are far better quality headphones out there on the market.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of them. One popped up the other week. You know,
But the
did some
Raycons
research
ain't one
on.
of them, though. I ain't
Raycon's
No,
not
no,
one
it
of
definitely
them.
was not Raycon.
Yeah, no,
Raycon
no,
is
no.
definitely
was not
not
Raycon.
one of
It
them
was
joints.
something I
Now-
hadn't heard
I
of.
ain't got no Ray J is cool as shit, but damn it, bro, they ain't nothing. Get with Dre on them beats.
I won't lie. I am kind of tempted to get AirPods though, the regular earbud ones.
Like the Beats ones, I love because the Apple ones, the white ones that just hangs, they fall off. The Beats ones they go in and they go around, and you can move with it. And the good thing is, I lost my left one, and I have my right one. And I still got that. I put it in my box, charge it. I only use one.
I do that a lot too. I usually use one.
Usually, because I don't
My hearing is like almost like calibrated to work better that way for some reason.
Me too.
I feel like my hearing in my right ear is worse.
Yeah, me and you are the same
and
way,
I put
bro.
like earphone in my right ear.
Yeah.
And then I can hear my environment with my left ear. I don't like wearing headphones and not being able to hear what's going on
around you.
It makes me
That's
uncomfortable.
why I only wear one.
Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable.
That's why I only wear one. So when I lost one, I was like, it's cool. I just charge it 100%. And they take a while. The beats, they when they charge at 100, they ain't lie when they say it take about 48, 72 hours for that shit to die. Because
Wow.
I be walking around with that motherfucker all day long.
I see the thing with me for audio is I guess my opinion is a little biased because the thing with brands like Beats and some other brands is they're expensive because of the name, first of all. Second of all, they're flavoring the sound in a particular way, and I tend to look for as flat of a sound as possible. Mm-hmm. I'm looking for studio quality headphones that don't flavor the sound. Mm-hmm. I want a flat response.
Mm-hmm. When you say flavor the sound, you mean like it's some automatic enhancement or something that they're doing?
Yeah. A lot of headphones and speakers for the record too. Speakers, and that's why there's a difference between speakers and monitors. Monitors are intended for, and not like a screen monitor, like audio monitors. Monitors are intended for hearing the sound as pure and as real and as flat as it possibly can be recreated. Mm-hmm. That's what you want in a studio. Whereas
you want to know how to tweak your music to make it
exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas regular consumer speakers and consumer headphones, they will do different tricks to enhance certain frequencies.
Your listening quality, for your listening pleasure, I mean.
They'll enhance. They'll do their own EQ to it to change the frequency response of what you're. Sometimes it's intentional, and some like software. That's how they calibrate it physically, and sometimes it's just the quality of the materials. It could be either one, but it's they're not reproducing the sound the way that the artist intended it to be heard. They're either like boosting the bass beyond what it was intended to be, or whatever. There could be a bunch of different things. It could be. I prefer if they have presets or whatever, where you have different EQ curves that you can select. But ultimately, I want flat because I want to hear it the way the artist made it to be.
Yeah, but I mean, but you're into engineering and all that.
Yeah.
Stuff. So they build them, make them for the average person that just wants their music to sound as good as possible with as little amount of work, so to speak, as far as having to tweak sounds and things like that. Because the majority of people aren't going to know, you know what I mean, how to do that. They just like, I want to plug it in. I want my music to sound good.
Yeah.
Well, if you have headphones that are just a flat response, you don't got to work for it. That's just how they are.
No, but for a flat response. But most of us are like, you know what? I want to hear the highs. I want to hear the lows. I want the voice crisp. I want the deep bass or whatever. If the music is not that good originally, we want to hear it at its
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing is the enhancement or the change will enhance things that weren't mixed or mastered very well to begin with, but it can also alter things that were made well. I want to hear it the way it is.
And my thing is, bro, I don't. The only time I actually listen to music on my AirPods is if I go to the gym, if I'm working out.
Yeah, that's the only time I listen.
That's the only time I listen to it. Like, to be honest with you, most of the time it's conversation, it's phone calls.
Yeah.
I get free.
Oh, yeah, for that, it's not really big of a deal.
Yeah, I don't really. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't really. The only thing I worry about is how long it could stay on without dying after charge.
Yeah.
That's my main focus.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything else, I really don't care about because you get a Bluetooth, you can hook on to anybody's Bluetooth, you can do what you want to do, sound quality and all that stuff. But when it comes to earbuds, that's what the Raycons. That's what pissed me off with them joints is because they don't hold a good charge.
Yeah.
And the quality of sound is terrible when you're at the gym working out. Because if you're working out for an hour and a half, 2 hours, you're going to hear. That's why I like the Beats by Dre. The quality is there, and when I'm working out, I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I bought some. I can't even. Is it not JL? It's not JL audio.
JBL?
No, it's not JL audio. It's not JBL. It's a cheap like Chinese name or something.
Xing Fu Xing.
Dang it, it's J something. It's J Audio. I think it's J Audio.
J Audio Jinx.
And they're actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Because I had the beats and whatever, but I bought them because I'm like, I swear if I leave them in the gym, I don't have to worry about losing them. And they were cheap.
The cousin of the person that made the beats.
Probably. Because they had the same colors and the same beats was the red and black at first.
That's what they make them at.
Yeah, it probably was.
That's what they make
it
them at.
probably was.
Right,
They sounded really good.
We got about 2 minutes. Dev, last word of encouragements.
Eat vegetables and do drugs and drop out of school. No, I'm just kidding.
Make sure you pack your mushrooms. What you got for us, Rob?
Yeah, eat your vegetables, a.k.a. your fungus.
It's
Mushrooms.
Rude, it's rude to fart on the elevator, people. No, I'm just kidding. Keep your head up.
Sometimes it comes out, man.
Can't wait to do your meditation. Jay's gonna bring that to us next go round.
No, we're gonna talk about meditations, man. I'm glad you brought it up. We want to have a conversation on meditation, reading healthy books, and we're gonna have a men's health day. That's what we need to do, Rob.
We do.
We're gonna have a men's health day. Devin, you agree with that, brother?
Sure.
All right. All right. It's been decided. Uncle Rob hit the table, I guess. That means it's fucking gospel. When Uncle Rob hits the table, it's done deal.
I'm scared.
We're gonna have a
little shaky.
Slow it down, Daddy, son.
I don't want to be picking them up.
We're on the set.
Yes, sir.
Every time you hit it, I'm going to hit the button.
Real Talk with Jay. It's me, Jay. I love the new look. The fucking vibe is off the fucking hook. Unc Rob is in the building. Yo, Devin, appreciate you with your output. And I love the fuck out of Devin because Devin talks real, son. Like, I love it.
Devin has zero secrets.
He made peace with everything. The only thing Devin don't share is streets, locations,
names, neighborhoods.
I'll tell you plenty of stories. I'll just leave the people out of it.
Censor machine. That's Devin for you right now.
I'm just,
Oh my God.
I ain't snitching. That's the thing.
No, I respect that, man. I respect that. Yeah, man. With all love, though, from Real Talk with Jay, we're going to see y'all next time. Doses.
Peace.
Please comment at the end. Let us know if you guys got topics. Log into the KNG 2.0 television network. Get on to win that car. Because if I win it, I ain't going to share it. I might change my mind about that shit. Peace.